Hello, hi, namaskar everyone. I hope you all can hear me, you all can see me. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible and you all can see me clearly. Just quickly give me a quick update. I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. I hope it's going great, it's going fine. Okay, so with that, let's get started. Sincerest apologies for the delay. I hope you all are there listening and understanding and watching this. So without any delay, we'll get started with this amazing, phenomenal, and the most awaited session of mathematics for all the JEE Advanced aspirants. Yes, you get it. First of all, why did we get lit? Because we were preparing or bringing something really amazing for you. What is that feature? Let me give you clarity on that. This is that polling feature which we'll be using today. So let's say we are solving a question and I ask you to mark the options, that which option do you think could be the correct as per your estimation or calculation. Then we'll be using this poll option here. So to participate in this poll option, I hope you can see this something written over here. This is PyLens. So this is an application developed by PW which helps you in participating in polls. Now, what do I mean by that? When you're participating in polls, here to participate in polls, first of all, you got to have this PyLens application. So there are two things. Either you are watching this session from your phone. So if you're watching this session from your phone, you can download it from the Google Play Store, or if you're watching it on your laptop and you're watching it on Google Chrome, so from Chrome Store also you can download this PyLens app. I get this. Now with this, what you all need to understand is that here, the advantage of PyLens feature is, this PyLens application is, it's really simple. First of all, you get to participate in polls. So whatever questions we are featuring, and let's say we are asking you to participate in polls, we are asking you to actively tell us what is the answer to a particular question, you can participate it. You don't need to be a PW student. Let's say you haven't enrolled for any specific batch. You're watching any random video on YouTube of PW. You can participate in our polls with the help of PyLens application. Sir, is it limited to this only? Are we going to use this only? Can we have some more applications of it? Yes. Even if you're watching any random video on YouTube, not of PWs, for PW videos, you can participate in polls, of course, but let's say you are watching any random video on YouTube. You want short notes on that video. You want previous year's questions on that video. You want a crystal clear mind map on that video. Let's say you're watching a certain topic and you want a quiz on that video. You can generate all of this with this PyLens application. You want the summary of the video. You want anything related to that video. This is the tool PyLens which helps you in using that. So I hope you all be downloading that and you will be using it. Now without any delay, we are starting our session with this, where we are beginning with the first question for the day, which is clearly a question from quadratic equations. So quadratic equations merged with modulus, of course this is what they do. So when this is merged with modulus, there are questions formed on it, and let's quickly solve this question. So I can see a lot of students, and let's get started with this. I hope you have started seeing this question on the screen. Now, how do we solve this particular question? Has anyone done this? Has anyone attempted this? Quickly give this question a try, students. I hope you all can see this question right there on the screen. Of course, regarding Priyas batch, regarding dropper batch, all I can say here is students that for all the droppers, we'll keep doing such activities on YouTube. So you need not worry about that. We'll keep engaging you with these activities throughout the year so that your preparation, stays steady. Yes. Now, with that, x belongs to all the real numbers. This is an equation given to us. How do we solve this? Of course, Akhil will be keeping a mixture of it. Standard questions, basic questions, moderate questions, and then tough questions. As you can see, this was asked by JEE Advanced in 2021. Now, moving ahead with this, how do we solve this question? First of all, I need to get rid of this modulus sign. So I'll be creating two cases here. Which two cases, students? The first case is that x square minus 1 should be non-negative. The second case, when x square minus 1 is negative. I hope this part is very well understood by you all. Now, there is a simple catch that whenever it is non-negative, modulus gets removed, and if it is negative, modulus opens or removes with a negative sign. So if I create these two cases and if I start solving it here, 3x square stays like that only, but when I go ahead, this modular sign gets removed. This is minus 4x square plus 4, and then you have plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. Everybody got this? I hope there is no confusion on that. Now, this part is giving you the conclusion that x square minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0, which means x square is greater than 1. That means x should be greater than or equal to 1, or x should be less than or equal to minus 1. So whatever values of x I'm going to get, those values should lie between these values, right? Now, here, if I start solving this, this clearly gives you minus x square. This is your plus x, and that is your plus 3 is equal to 0. You can directly solve this from here by using Sridharacharya formula. And even if you want to keep this thing positive here, then also you can do it by simply keeping a negative sign out. Although you could have solved it directly from here also, it is absolutely doable. Now here it clearly looks like that this question cannot be done with splitting the middle term. So what I'm going to do is I'll use Sridharacharya formula. What does it say? It gives you the value of x as minus b plus minus under root over b square minus 4ac, that is 1, minus 4 into 3, that is clearly 12. 12 plus 1 is 13, divided by 2a, that is 2. Everybody got this? Everybody comfortably understanding this? Answer is 3. Let's verify that. The number of real roots is coming 4, and there are 2 cases of absolute term. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. A very good observation. So with that, all you need to understand is under root 13. Under root 13 is somewhere between what? Under root 9 and under root 16. Under root 9 is 3. Under root 16 is 4. So between 3 and 4. So can I take this under root 13 as approximately 3.5 for a while? I hope you're comfortable with that. So 3.5 plus 1, that is 4.5, or let's say if you are taking it even, then also it will be more fine. 3.6 plus 1, that is clearly 4.6. 4.6 by 2 is 2.3. So one of the values you are receiving is somewhere very close to 2.3. And with this minus sign, 1 minus 3.6, that's minus 2.6 by 2, that is minus 1.6. That is also clearly falling under that category. This minus 1.6 is less than minus 1. This 2.3 is greater than 1. So both of these solutions are my acceptable solutions. Everybody understood that? That's brilliant. No Omsairit, whatever your name is, the answer cannot be 3. The answer is 4. Kingsuk is correctly saying that answer is 4 because of 2 cases. 2 answers I'm getting from here, and possibly 2 answers I could be getting from here. Let's solve this particular part. I hope everybody is watching it clearly. So x square minus 1 is less than 0. It concludes that x square is less than 1. So this means x should lie between minus 1 and 1. Darshan is saying, sir, what if I didn't get some questions? Do I need to do it again after some time, or just I need to verify your solution? I didn't get some questions. Do I need to do it again? I did not get your query. Great. The answer is 4. Absolutely. With this, when I solve this part when it's solved, it is 3x square. Then when it opens with a negative sign, I'll put a negative 4, that is plus 4. So this is plus 4x square minus 4 plus x minus 1 is equal to 0. When I simplify this, this gives me 7x square. Then you have plus x, and then you have minus 5 is equal to 0. Correct me if I'm wrong. 7x square plus x minus 5 is equals to 0. Now what I do next is I'll simply solve it again with the Sridharacharya formula. Yes, great. That's brilliant. So with that here, how do I proceed with this? X is given as minus b plus minus under root over b square minus 4ac. So b square is 1. 4ac, so 4 into 5 is 20. 20 into 7 is 140, and I hope it's plus 140 because of this minus sign. So it is plus 140 whole divided by 2a. So 2 into 7 is 14. Everybody comfortably got this? All the participants? Yes. Good morning, everyone. Now with this is 141. This is clearly 141. This clearly turns out as 141. So this is under root 141. So if this is under root 141, we know under root 144. Yes, this is the first question. I'll keep bringing mixed questions. Now, this root 141 is, of course, 12. So this is less than that. So this, let's say, is 11 point something like that. So let's call it 11.8. So this under root 141, I'm taking somewhere close to, let's say, 11.8 or 11.6, something like that. So with that, if I do this, I hope you're understanding, minus 1 plus minus somewhere close to 11.8 divided by 14. Now pay attention to this part. 11.8 minus 11.8 minus 1, that is minus 12.8. So this is minus 12.8 divided by 14. So if I divide it by 14, it clearly be greater than minus 1. I hope you are getting it. And even if I add 11.8, that is 11.8 minus 1 if I do, that will be 10.8, and 10.8 divided by 14 10.8 divided by 14, that will also be less than 1. So this will be less than 1 and this will be greater than -1, which means both of these values belong to our calculation or our range only. They all lie between -1 and 1. So these are also my acceptable solutions. We need not the precise values. We are asked the number of solutions and it would be 4. Tell me in the comment box how many of you got 4 as the correct answer. How many of you cracked 4 as the correct answer? How many of you could crack it that, sir, when modulus is removed, two cases are created, and with these two cases created, you are going to solve it like this, and then you got to verify that your solutions are falling under those categories or not, in those cases or not. Sir, my ongoing score is up to 160 mock. Is it good? It depends, Ajit. It depends. But yes, from IIT Roorkee's perspective, which sets a little slightly tougher paper, then of course it could be more than that. The level of the paper could be a little tougher. So yes. Sir, what to do if I cannot solve some questions which we are discussing on my own? Then that case, of course, first of all, try to do it by yourself. And then if you are not able to do it, watch that solution. If I solve, then I will not come in advance. And if I'm wrong, it will come definitely. No, man, it's not like that. It is definitely not like that. Let us solve another question. This is again a good question. So second question we are solving from the chapter probability. Again, a decent question, a standard question. We'll be solving mixed questions as well, tougher questions as well, complex questions as well, merged questions as well. But yes, that's good, man. Keep inspiring, keep suggesting, and keep supporting and promoting each other. Now, when we solve this particular one, how do we do this? There are two events, x and y. We are given px is 1 by 3. Great. We are given px is 1 by 3, but we are given px by y. I hope you're understanding. This is clearly a conditional probability. So when px by y, what does it mean? Happening of x when y has already happened, and py by x, which means when x has happened, happening of y, the probability of this event. I hope you got this. Now, if I could simply use this formula, what do I mean by that? P of x by y. So if I use this, I hope you remember this here. It is given by P x intersection y divided by P of y. Everybody remembers that formula? Great. Definitely. Om Sai Ram Enterprise, you definitely can. So this is given as 1 by 2. So this value is given as 1 by 2. So if I replace 1 by 2 here, I hope you are okay with that. So this value is given as 1 by 2. What about this value? I hope this value is given as 2 by 5. What is it? It is Py by x. So Py by x means what? This is probability of y intersection x divided by probability of x. Now you help me with this. Probability of y intersection x or x intersection y, that's the same thing. So instead of writing it like this, can I also write it like this? Probability of x intersection y. Everyone comfortable with this data? Are you all there listening, watching and understanding? With this, what do I say next? Are you not realizing, students, that sir, we are given p of x. P of x is given as 1 by 3. So this particular part, can I substitute by 1 by 3? So if I'm replacing 1 by 3 here, I hope you're comfortably getting this. No confusion on that. So I hope you're understanding. 1 by 3 simply is taken to this side. So this is 2 by 15. Shall I repeat that part? I hope everyone is comfortable with that. So I can directly say that here, probability of x intersection y we receive as 2 by 15. Everybody got this comfortably? Now, sir, what is the advantage of it? What is the point of it? Which part, Shravan, are you not able to understand? Sir, please bring these sessions regularly for PCM. Definitely, Hanuman, we are going to bring these sessions until your JEE Advanced. Don't worry about that. So px intersection y, I evaluated with this, that py intersection x. How do we write it? Py intersection is given as p y intersection x, y by x is given by this, divided by probability of x, that is 2 by 5. Probability of x is given as 1 by 3. Probability of y intersection x or probability of x intersection y, this is same. So I have replaced it here. Everybody got this? Now, when I get back to this discussion, this x intersection y is given as 2 by 15. Now, if this is 2 by 15, I will be applying this learning here. Why? So that I can crack P of y. So I repeat, this probability of x intersection y, I'll push here. So when I put it here, this is attained as 1 by 2 is equal to probability of x intersection y, that is 2 by 15. So that 2 by 15 stays here, and this divided by probability of y. So that probability of y stays here. Did you all get this, or shall I repeat this? I repeat, this 1 by 2 is there like that only. Probability of x intersection y is 2 by 15. This is probability of y. Okay. In mains I'm not main first of all, I'm sir. A is correct, C and D are wrong. That's good, Aman. Yes, so second draw for ITB as general category. Should I drop? You can definitely, depends on a lot of parameters. I'll definitely create a separate video on this to answer your query. Please say how many marks required for mid-low tier ITs, mechanical engineering. I'll create a different video on this. I'll definitely keep this. You just do one thing. All your queries and concerns like this, which require a broader level of discussion, put them in the actual comment, not in this live comment, actual comment of this video. It will work as a reminder for me, and I'll definitely pick up those topics and create videos on that. Great, great. In that case, that's good, Yuvan. Now, getting back on this discussion, I hope you're understanding. Probability of y goes here, 2 goes there. So I get probability of y as 4 by 15. Everybody with me so far? No confusion on whatever we have done. Now we have gotten three things. Which three things? Probability of x intersection y, probability of x, probability of y. Let us verify a few things. Are we given probability of y? I think we are given probability of y is 4 by 15. This is also 4 by 15, so option A is correct. I think for option B, I need to calculate more, which I'll do later. But what about probability of x intersection y? So probability of x intersection y is 2 by 15. We are told that this is 1 by 5, which is absolutely wrong. Everybody got this? Now, when I move ahead, let's talk about x union y. I hope you remember this property that probability of x union y is nothing but probability of x plus probability of y minus probability of x intersection y. I think we have all these values. Probability of x is 1 by 3 plus probability of y is 4 by 15. So I'll keep it as 4 by 15 minus probability of x intersection y is 2 by 15. Everybody got this? So to have a 15 here, I'll have a 5 by 5 here. So 5 by 15 is 1 by 3. So 15, 15, 15. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. So this gives us 7 by 15. Probability of x union y is 7 by 15. This is given as 2 by 5, which is also wrong. So far, we have gotten these three options, but let's check for option B as well. Now, when I'm checking it for option B, pay attention to this part. I'll be checking it for option B. How do I verify option B here? Pay attention to that as well. Let me just remove this all so that we can now talk about option B. I hope so far regarding option A, C, and D, there is no confusion among everyone. Now, when you talk about option B, what is option B? Sir, probability of x naught when y has happened. It means probability of x naught intersection y divided by probability of y. Now, a lot many times students face this confusion that, sir, how do we derive formulae from here? How do we generate formulae from here? I'll simply say that's a good suggestion, students. That's good, Kingsuk. That's brilliant. Good, Akhil. I'll say that x naught intersection y. I'll simply take it like this. Sir, this is x, this is y. I need x naught intersection y. Let's say this is the universal set. So what is x naught? So all the region outside this x is x naught, and its intersection is needed to be taken with y. So do you not think that this region is x naught intersection y? This region over here is nothing but what? X naught intersection y. Do you all agree with me on this? What does it mean? Is it simply not y minus x intersection y? Because from this entire set y, if I remove this intersection part, I'll be left with x naught intersection y. This is how you develop or derive the formulae. So this particular numerator, I'll be writing as probability of y minus probability of x intersection y divided by probability of y. Everybody understanding this comfortably, all the participants? Probability of y upon probability of y is 1 minus probability of x intersection y upon y. I think we already had this value. Although if we do not have this, I'll put it directly. Probability of x intersection upon y, right? So x intersection y is 2 by 15. Although we were given this value, this is 1 by 2 technically. I hope you're getting it. Probability of x upon y is what? X upon y is probability of x. Probability of x intersection y divided by probability of y, that is equal to 1 by 2. This is what we are able to conclude. And this value we need here. This value we need here. So this probability of x intersection y upon probability of y, which is probability of x when y has happened, is clearly 1 by 2 we are given. So 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2. So option D is also correct. So option A and option B both are correct. That's a good observation. Good, clear. That's great. That's great. I'll definitely create a video on this, Rashikesh. All you need to do is put a comment here in the main comment, not in this live comment. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That's exactly what we did. Everyone comfortably understood this explanation. Can we go ahead with this? How many of you got this answer? Option A and option B. How many of you were able to crack this? Great. Brilliant. With that, let's solve the next question for the day. What do we get as the third question? Let us look at this question. A very good one, a very insightful one. Of course, this is a question from 3D geometry. So let's see how many of you are able to crack it. Of course, this is again a decent question, a simple question, and a straightforward question. That's good, Akil. That's brilliant. I'm glad some of you could crack it. Now, first of all, when we start looking at this question, when I start reading this question, what does it say? It gives you Q be a cube. So there is a cube. Brilliant, perfect. With the set of vertices, this x1, x2, x3 belongs to R cube, where x1, x2, x3 are either 0 or 1. Are you all able to digest the meaning of this statement? If you could crack this, your job is done. Your question is done, technically speaking. To get metallurgy in top 7 IDs in WS category, how many marks to target? So please tell. I'll definitely create a video on this, Hanuman. All I'm saying is, not in this live chat, put in the actual comment of this video, this particular comment which you're asking, this query you put in the comment, in the actual comment of this video, I'll take it as a topic and I'll create a video on it. Don't worry about that. Now, getting back to the discussion, I was saying that try to interpret this line. If you have cracked this line, the whole question is done. Are you able to crack this line? It says there is a template x1, x2, x3, which is r into r into r, so which is combination of all the real numbers, Cartesian product of r. But x1, x2, x3 are either 0 or 1. Exactly, that's good, Aman Soni. So this is going to be first of all a cube, a simple straightforward cube, and with that, if I try and draw it separately on the next page, here this is how it will be drawn. This is how you will be having this cube as. So this is how you will be simply drawing it. So when I join these sides, I hope you are clearly seeing that this is how your cube gets drawn. Now, I hope there is no confusion on whatever we have done so far. Now, when I go ahead, of course, this I can take as x-axis. Let's say this I'm taking as y-axis, and this particular one I'm taking as z-axis. I hope you're comfortably okay with that, whatever I've done so far. Now, great. It's a cube with unit sides. That's brilliant. Now, here, all of these triplets, all the coordinates x, y, z, they are combination of 0 and 1. So this is a cube where all the sides, all the coordinates in 3D of this cube's vertices are combination of 0 and 1, which means I have gotten a decent clarity that one of the vertices will be 0, 0, 0. And I can clearly talk about other vertices as well. I did not give you clarity on that. Let's say this is O, this is A, this is B, this is C here. Then of course, let's say this is D, this is E, this is F, and this is G. I hope you can figure out all the points as well. For example, here this is lying in XZ plane. So if it is in XZ plane, 1, 0, 1. If this F is there in 3D, which means F will have coordinates 1, 1, 1. If I talk about E is in ZY plane. So coordinates of E will be 0, 1, 1. What about D? D is on the y-axis. I hope you are clearly seeing it. So if D is on the y-axis, how about this coordinate? D is on the y-axis means what? Its coordinate will be 0, 1, 0. A is on the z-axis, so A's coordinate will be 0, 0, 1. What about the next part? C is on the x-axis, so C's coordinate will be 1, 0, 0. And what about G? G is in the xy plane, so it will be 1, 1, 0. I hope this is how this will be formed. That's a very good observation. First, we have to find the face diagonals. Great. Perfect, King Suk. A very good observation. Now, F be the set of all 12 lines. So F is a set of all 12 lines. Which 12 lines? Containing the diagonals of the 6 faces. Diagonals of the 6 faces. So these are the faces. I hope you're understanding. These are the faces, all the walls of your room. So the diagonals of these. So there are 6 faces. Each face has 2 diagonals. I hope you can see this wall. So one diagonal going like this, other diagonal going like this. So there are 12 diagonals. Each of these face. Skew lines equations are also needed here. Tough it is. No, it is not tough. It is absolutely not tough. You can call it lengthy, but it is not tough. Trust me. Now, here, when I go ahead with this, S be the set of all 4 lines containing the men diagonals. So what is F? F is the set which contains all those 12 diagonals. Which diagonals? That is face diagonals. And what is S? S is your main diagonal set. So main diagonals are your in this set S. Now, when I move ahead from here, what do I see next? I hope you're understanding. Here, for instance, the line passing through the 0, 0 and 1, 1, 1 is in S. Of course, it is understandable. So I think I have also, coincidentally taken it like this only. If I talk about this, if I now talk about this passing through 0, 0, 1 and 1, 1, 1, this is clearly your main diagonal because it is falling in S. I hope you are seeing it. But if I talk about this diagonal, which diagonal, students, let's say for a while, I take OG here. I take OG here. This is clearly falling in F because it is a face diagonal. Everyone got this? I hope no confusion on that. From here, what are we told next? Pay attention to this. For lines L1 and L2, let DL1, L2 denote the shortest distance. So the moment you study shortest distance, what comes to your brain, students? I hope you got this. Great, great. Thank you so much, Kingsuk. So there, the maximum value of DL1, L2. So I need to find the maximum value where L1 is in F, L2 is in S, which means I need to take one face diagonal and I need to take one main diagonal. So I need to find the shortest distance between one of the face diagonals and between one of the main diagonals. How do I do that? So let me take any face diagonal and let me take any main diagonal, any you take. So let's say I am taking the main diagonal as OF. Are you okay with that? So this is, let's say, L2. OF is your L2. Now with that, the great formula. Yes, the great formula. And with this, let me take one of the face diagonals as well. Can I take it as CD? Can I take it as CD? I hope you are seeing how are we drawing this CD. I hope you can see this CD will be drawn like this. I hope in 3D you are able to imagine this. I hope in 3D this isn't confusing at all. Everybody with me on this so far. Great. So with that, what we do, let me write the equation of this vector OF. I hope you're realizing in 3D. In 3D, it is clearly two skew lines. Why? Because CD is on face and OF is the in 3D. And there you need to understand, had I taken, let's say, OG, then OG and OF will have the minimum distance as 0. So I cannot take this OG. I am deliberately taking this CD. Everybody understanding this? Great, 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 Oreva. With that, now I need two equations. First of all, I need vector OF and then I need vector CD. So I need these two vectors. I hope you're getting it. So vector form, I hope you know. No worries, Rashikesh. No worries on that. So if I talk about this part, OD, I hope you are seeing it. Sorry, OF. So OF is what? Position vector 0, 0 I cap, 0 j cap, 0 k cap. So that is 0 plus, let's say, lambda times 1, 1, 1 minus 0, 0, 0. That is I cap plus j cap plus k cap. Shall I repeat this? I hope you are comfortably understanding this. Okay. All I'm saying is, how do you write the equation? So let's say one of the points is A1, A2, A3. The other coordinate is B1, B2, B3. And I need to write this equation. So how do I write it? I write it as A1 I cap plus A2 j cap plus A3 k cap plus lambda times B1 minus A1. I hope you remember it. B1 minus A1 I cap plus B2 minus A2 j cap plus B3 minus A3 k cap. I hope you do remember this formula for straight line, the vector form of a straight line. That's exactly what I'm using here. What am I doing here is 0 I cap, 0 j cap, 0 k cap plus lambda times 1 minus 0 I cap, 1 minus 0 j cap, 1 minus 0 k cap. So that's your vector OF. Everybody got this, or shall I repeat this part? All the participants. Similarly, now when I'm willing to define the vector CD, how will I define vector CD? I will say that, sir, vector CD, again, C and D. So let's take C. What is C? Sir, 1, 0, 0. So I cap plus 0 k cap plus 0 k cap, 0 j cap, 0 k cap. So this will be I cap. So this will be I cap plus mu times. I hope you are clearly understanding this now. This minus this. So it will be 1 minus 0, that is I cap. Then 0 minus 1, that is minus j cap. Then 0 minus 0, that is 0 k cap. So this will be I minus j. Om Sai Ram. I hope it is understandable now. All the other participants also who are watching it right now, did you all get this? Can I move ahead from here? Everybody, OF and CD, how did I work it out? Everybody got this? Now from here, I hope you do remember. Let's say there are two straight lines whose vectors are given by R2 and R1 and R2. Let's say R1 is given by A1 plus lambda B1 and R2 is given by A2 plus lambda B2. And these are, let's say, two skew lines. So the shortest distance between these two skew lines is given by, I hope you do remember, the great formula A2 minus A1 Remember that the projection of A2 minus A1 on B1 cross B2, because it is always found along the common normals. So this is how you find the projection of this. The unit vector B1 cross B2 divides B1 cross B2. So that's your shortest distance formula. Do you all remember that? It is now understandable. Great. I hope no confusion on that. Shall I explain how did I get OF and OF and CD? Everybody understood that? Everybody. Now from here, let us find the shortest distance. So A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. Tushar, I have already told you a lot many times. We will be doing a lot of activities throughout the year on YouTube to address or to help all the droppers. Second thing, regarding refund, yes, it is already initiated. I sincerely apologize that it is delayed, but all the droppers who are supposed to receive their fee, they will be getting their amount. Don't worry about that. You have my words. You have my commitment, Tushar. Did you get this? Now, here, let us find. I hope you're understanding. This is A1, this is A2. So first of all, find A2 minus A1. So here, if I'm working on A2 minus A1, it will be I cap minus 0 cap. That is I cap. Now, I need one more thing, B1 cross B2. So what is going to be B1 cross B2? I hope you are getting it. This is your vector B1, this is your vector B2. So B1 cross B2 can be found with this determinant form. Great. Thank you so much, Aman bro. So I cap, J cap and K cap. With this, B1 has components 1, 1, 1. So I'll be writing 1, 1, 1. B2 has components 1, minus 1 and 0. So this will be 1, minus 1 and 0. Everybody comfortably got this, all the participants. Now with that, when I go ahead from here, I hope you know B1 cross B2. For I cap, it will be 0, minus 1, that is plus 1. So it will be I cap first of all. Then for J cap, it will be 0, minus 1. So minus J cap, but minus of minus is plus. So this is plus J cap. I hope it is understandable. Then for K cap, it will be minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1, minus 1, that is minus 2. So it will be minus 2 K cap. On what do you need the guidance, Jeet Das? Definitely we are there to guide you. So this is I plus J minus 2K. Yes, that can also be taken, but I'm taking or going ahead with this one. Everybody comfortably got this I plus J minus 2K. Great. So now, how do we find the shortest distance? So I need to take the dot product of this with this, because A2 minus A1's dot with this is needed to be taken. So when I talk about this dot, which dot? A2 minus A1's dot with B1 cross B2, what will that be? Of course, it is clearly evident. 1 into 1, that's 1. Because it has J and K component as 0. 0 into anything is 0. So that's your dot product. So in that formula, the numerator will be sorted. Now I need one more thing. I need its magnitude. So I need B1 cross B2's magnitude. So how much would that be? That will be under root over 1 plus 1 plus 4. That is clearly 6. So my shortest distance here is going to be, the numerator is 1, denominator is root 6. Now, some of you could be wondering, some of you could be thinking, sir, the shortest distance can be 1 root 6 only. Can it not be other than that? Can we not have more shorter values? Trust me, that's the only value. That's good, Hanuman. That's good, Aman. That's good, Akil. What about other participants? Did you get this 1 by root 6 as the answer? All of you need to understand, if you're taking any other combination than that, you will be getting it as either 1 by root 6 or 0. Why 0? Let's say with OF, let's say I'm taking OG. So OF and OG are clubbing or getting intersected at O. So the shortest distance would have been 0. Apart from that, whichever diagonal you are taking, it is either intersecting it or not intersecting it. If it is not intersecting it, skew. In that case, it is symmetrically placed. Yes, because it is cube, Akil. That's brilliant. Distance is going to be 1 by root 6. Otherwise, it will be 0. How many of you got this? Everybody understood this? Yes, only constant value. That's good, King Suk. So with that, when I move ahead with the next question, let's solve the next question. Another one. This is a question from vectors. So let us solve the next question asked by JEE Advanced in 25. A question from vectors. How many of you got 1 by root 6? Okay, Aman, I'll not remove it. Yes. Now let's solve this one. I hope you are seeing it. I hope everybody is noticing it. Everybody is seeing it. How do we solve this question? Everyone, quickly give me an update on this. Let for any 2 points m and n in the xy plane, mn denote the vector from m to n. That is what we all know. Okay, thank you, Kingsuk. Rashikesh is saying, sir, I cannot do questions like this examination hall. Rashikesh, first of all, you need to understand that question looked lengthy. People in the comment box commented that, sir, this looks like a little tougher question, or maybe this is a tricky. I will say the previous question was lengthy, but it was simply descriptive, but it was absolutely doable. Shortest distance formula was needed to be applied technically. So was it not doable? Even trust me, this question looks lengthy, this question looks confusing, but it is again a doable question. This is not a tough question. I'll tell you and show you how. You will realize it very soon. So when I focus on this question, O denote the zero vector, PQ are the three distinct points in XY plane. So there is, first of all, a triangle here. So let's say PQR are lying on this triangle. So this is point P, this is point Q, this is point R. Everybody comfortably got this? Now, even Rashikesh, if you get scared or intimidated by a question, trust me, IIT JEE a lot many times make you fall into that trap where you look at a question, you get this feeling that this looks easy, but it turns out to be amazingly lengthy or tough. And sometimes questions look very intimidating, very tough, very frightening, but they come out as very easy questions. No, this is not lengthy. This is still a doable question, and you should not skip this question. You should not at all. Now, when I focus on this question, PQR be three distinct points in XY plane. S be a point inside this triangle. So in this triangle, there is a point S. Okay, that's fine. PQR such that SP. Okay, so there are three things. SP, let's say this is your SP, plus 5 times SQ. So this is 5 times SQ. Okay, plus 6 times SR. So this here is 6 times SR. I hope you are getting it. So this summation is given as 0. Great. Answer is easy. The approach is easy. Yes. So when I go ahead with this, E and F be the midpoints of PR and QR. So PR has midpoint as E, which means this and this will be equidistant from E. And F is the midpoint of QR. So QR has a midpoint F. So this F is the midpoint. So this and this distance will be same. I hope no confusion on whatever data we have interpreted so far. Now, what I do next is the value of this length of EF upon length of ES. We'll talk about that, but let me interpret something out of this data given to us. This data. Can I get some meaning out of this information which we are given? SP 5SQ 6SR. Let me use simple observation SP. So I am taking position vector of P as a small p, position vector of R as a small r, position vector of Q as a small q, and position vector of the point S as a small s. I hope you are comfortably fine with that. Now with that, SP will be what? Vector P minus vector S. SQ will be 5 times vector Q minus vector S. So it will be 5Q minus 5S. I hope everybody is getting that. 6 times SR. So that will be 6 times vector R minus 6 times vector S is equal to O or 0. Triangle formula can be applied where manipulation. I think before that, Aman, let's utilize this information. I think we don't have to go towards the triangle formula. With this, if I now start rearranging this, let me look at this. S, S, S. So 6 plus 5, 11 plus 1, 12. 12S I take on the other side, this 12S is equal to, what I get is, P, and apart from that 5Q plus 6R. I hope nothing else is left here. So this 12S we receive as P plus 5Q plus 6R. Everybody got this? P plus 5Q plus 6R. And if I take this 12 here, so this 12 comes into the denominator. So this is how your vector S is defined as. Everybody comfortably got this? This is R over here. So P plus 5Q plus 6R divided by 12 is vector S. Everybody got this part? Are we clear on this? Now from here, what I do next is the value of the length of this line segment EF. So let's define this EF. Let's define this EF. First of all, what is E? Sir, E is the midpoint of P and R. So it should be what? P plus R divided by 2. What is F? Sir, F is the midpoint of R and Q. So what should it be? It should be Q plus R divided by 2. Will it not be taken like this? Everybody got this? That's brilliant, Kingsuk. P plus 5Q plus 6R divided by 12. That's brilliant. That's good, Sudha. That's good, Sudha. So E and F I have taken like them. Brilliant. A very good observation. With this, now let me move ahead with this conclusion that how are we going to solve it further? Which part, students? This part is what I'll be putting my focus upon here. Pay attention to this. Can we calculate EF? What is EF? Position vector of F minus position vector of S, and its magnitude will give me the distance. So EF means what? F minus E. So that is Q plus R by 2 minus E, that is P plus R by 2. Everybody got this? This will be the distance. Of course, I'm supposed to put a modulus to find the distance. So this is how we can do it. Everybody understood that? Now, let's talk about ES. What is ES? ES means what? Position vector of S minus position vector of E. So that will be S minus E. S minus E. So what is S? S is P plus 5Q plus 6R. E plus 5Q. Sorry, it is P plus 5Q plus 6R divided by 12. That is S minus E. What is E? E is P plus R by 2. That is P plus R by 2. I hope I'm not losing you all. You all are still there, listening and understanding and not getting intimidated by the length of this question. That's good, Akil. That's good, Hanuman. Great, great, great. Everyone comfortably getting this. I hope it is not confusing. Now, with this, when I go ahead with this conclusion, what I do get from here is a really simple operation where this, first of all, clearly R by 2 is cancelled. So in the numerator, Q minus P by 2. So in the numerator, I'm left with Q minus P by 2, the numerator part. Of course, there is a modulus. I'll put a complete modulus over there. In the denominator, this is 12, this is 2. So to make a 2 here, I'll call it 6P, 6R divided by 12. I hope you're okay with that, everyone. With this, what I see here is P minus 6P, that is minus 5P. So I'm writing that minus 5P here. Then 6R getting cancelled. This is 5Q. So this is 5Q minus 5P by 12, right? And its magnitude should be taken to find the final distance. I hope there is no confusion on that. That's good, Rishikesh. So somebody has already started responding or answering. I think I have gotten the final answer here at this stage, because what am I now getting is I am getting the final result. I think this is 12, this is 2. So 12 by 2 is 6. So I'm getting a 6 first of all here. Then inside this, I'm getting Q minus P. I am getting Q minus P divided by 5 times Q minus P. So are you realizing the beauty of this question? This initially may have looked like a tough question or a complicated question, but it actually is not. This turns out as 6 by 5, which you all know how to crack, and that will be the final answer. I'm glad Manish, Kingsuk, Akil, a lot of students, Hanuman, that's great, great, great. So a lot of students have already started responding. 6 by 5 will be our final answer. Everybody got this? How many of you could crack it before I did it? That's good, Aman. That's brilliant. I hope most of you were able to crack it with this simple understanding, with this simple learning. That's good. That's good. Om Sai Ram Enterprise. With this, let us move towards the next question. Shall I move to the next question? Everybody got this? Great, 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 brilliant. With this, let us talk about the next question. This one. This category of questions, they have started easy but lengthy. Yes, Akil. If you know something, it is always easy. It could be lengthy, and it should be, because in JEE Advanced, questions are going to be lengthy. So it's all about choosing the select, easier type of questions. But lengthy it is going to be. Either it is easy, moderate, or tough. The questions are going to be lengthy always. Great, great, great. So good to have you all. Now with this, try and solve this question. Can you crack from which topic this question should be? This may look like a question from definite integration, but what if I say that this question is from differential equations? I hope most of you must have noticed that, sir, instead of calling it a question from definite integration, this looks like a question on differential equations. Great. I did this, sir. It was pretty easy. Great, great, Rashikesh. I am really appreciating this confidence. With this, if I start solving this, 1 to infinity, it is defined as be a differentiable function. So first of all, that's the best part they have given. So if it is differentiable, I am now free. Yes, Newton-Leibniz rule I'll be applying here. That's good suggestion. F1 I'll utilize later. So now let's work on this information. So this particular expression 3 times 1 to x ft dt x fx minus x cube by 3, where x is taking all the values from 1 to infinity. Great, great, great. That's brilliant. It is not differentiations. Yes, differentiation is what we'll do. Newton-Leibniz rule I'll be using here, but it will get converted into a differential equation. Then it could be either homogeneous or variable separable or linear, whatever it is going to be, we are going to solve it. And this category of questions, they have started asking more in JEE Mains as well. You must have seen this here as well. Exactly this kind of questions. When JEE means they take inspiration from JEE Advanced only, right? Now with this question, how are we going to solve this one? Pay attention to this. I will be differentiating it. So 1 to x, 3 stays like that only. X is passed to it, so it is f of x. Derivative of x is 1. I hope everybody is aware of Newton-Leibniz. I did not explain that. Minus f of 1 times derivation of 1 is 0. So that is 0 is equal to x fx. I'll be using product rule. So derivative of x is 1. Fx stays like that. Minus x stays like that. Fx derivative is f dash x. So it is x f dash x. And there you have x cubed by 3. That is minus 3x square by 3. So this is x square. Everybody got this result? Everybody? Now, when I rearrange it, I hope I can take all these terms here on the other side, on the left hand side. So it becomes x, f dash x can I write as dy by dx. This is 3fx minus fx. That is clearly how much? That is clearly plus 2 times fx. And there on the right hand side, you are left with minus x square. Correct me if I'm wrong. So here you have x dy by dx 2fx is equal to minus x square. The only thing, sorry for inconvenience, I got 70 percentile. Surya, just put this entire query in the comment box, in the actual comment, not in this live chat. I'll take it as a topic and I'll create a short video on this. I'll definitely try to resolve your concern in a broader manner, from a broader perspective. That's good, Sudha. So even before I started solving this, Sudha is already telling us the answer. That's brilliant. Very good of you, Sudha. So this is how I'll be taking it as. Everybody got this? Any confusions on that? Whatever I've done so far? Now the only thing is, of course, let's not convert or try to get rid of this x or by taking it towards the Bernoulli's level. No, that is not needed to be done. I'll simply divide it by x on both the sides. Once more, sir, which part, Akil? All I'm doing is differentiating it. So this becomes fx 3 times f of x. Then this x fx product rule. So this is that derivative here. And x cubed by 3 when differentiated gives you this. I rearranged it. So I took f dash x. I took f dash x as dy by dx. So this is x dy by dx. This is 2 times f of x. And this is minus x square like that only. I rearranged it. Everybody got this? Now that's good, Hanuman. So with this, I am dividing both the sides by x. So this x vanishes from here. This becomes plus 2 by x. And this x also vanishes from here. So this is what it becomes. No confusion on that. Sir, it's minus 2 times f of x. Which part are you saying? No. I am taking, Rashikesh, this term and this term to the other side. So 2 times f of x. And this should be plus x times f dash x. It is lengthy. No, it is not. I am taking a lot of time to explain it because I'm addressing your queries and concerns simultaneously. Otherwise, you would have done it within next 1 or 2 minutes only. Now, with this, if I now want to find the integrating factor, it is e raised to the power integration of, I hope, dy by dx. P of x into y is equals to q of x. So it is P of x, which is 2 times 1 by x dx. That is your integrating factor. So this is ln x. So it is going to be 2 times ln x. That is 2 times ln x means what? I hope you're understanding. It will be ln x square. I hope you're understanding it. So e to the power ln of something is that something only. So my integrating factor is found as x square. Yes, sir. In the multiplication rule, you kept minus, it's plus, sir. Great. That's great. Now with this, when I go ahead with this, where am I making a mistake? Am I making a mistake? Yes, I think I'm making a mistake. This should have been plus because I think it was a multiplication rule, right? So with this, when it is brought to the other side, let me just make a simple correction here. I have done a simple mistake, a plus minus sign mistake I have done. Let me quickly make that correction. So 3 f of x, then f of x. Thank you so much for correction that, Rashikesh. Thank you so much. So if I take everything on the other side, x dy by dx minus fx 3fx, that is 2 times f of x. F of x I'm replacing by y. And here it stays like x square. So that x square I push on the other side. I hope you're comfortably understanding it now. So if I divide it by x on all the 3 sides, so this will be minus 2 by x and this will be plus x. I hope it's correct now. Everybody got this? Now from here, integrating factor is simply nothing but what? E to the power minus 2 by x needs to be integrated. So this is, of course, ln x. This when integrated gives you ln x, but minus 2 also stays outside. So it is minus 2 times ln x. So x to the power minus 2, because ln and e are nullified. I hope you remember this property. So this comes out as x to the power minus 2 or 1 by x square. I hope no confusion on that part. All the participants with me on this. Great, that's good, Manish. With this now, finally, when I'm willing to write the final answer, shall I do it on the next page? I hope you do it. Y times integrating factor. So what is the integrating factor here? The integrating factor is 1 by x square. So it should be y by x square is equal to integration of q of x into integrating factor. So x into 1 by x square is clearly 1 by x plus the constant of integration is needed to be introduced. I hope you do remember that. So 1 by x is clearly ln x. So I'll be writing ln x here. So this should be ln x plus c. Now I need to get rid of this c. How do I get rid of this c? By simply taking x as 1 and y as 1 by 3. So I'll be putting y as 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 by 1, this is 1 by 3. Ln x is of course 0 plus c. So we get c as 1 by 3. So y is going to be x square ln x plus c into x square, which is x square by 3. This is the value of y. Now, up to which time live will be continued? I think for the next 2 more hours. I think until 2 o'clock or maybe till 2:30, I'll be done with the maximum number of questions which I have planned or decided to do or go ahead with this. Everybody understood this? From here, can you not crack f of e? I hope you all can. You all can quite easily. F of e is absolutely doable. It will be e square ln e is 1. So e square plus e square by 3. That should be the final answer. You can rearrange it. I hope there is no confusion on that. Even you can take e square common, and with that the answer will be there. So I hope it is absolutely doable because ln e is 1, right? So I hope it's correct. Can I move ahead with this? Is it matching with one of the options? I think 4e square by 3. That's the option C, and that's your answer. Great. With this, let us solve the next question. A very simple, a very easy, and a very doable question from area under the curve. How do we solve this one? Can you all try solving this question, students? Pay attention to this part. Great. Brilliant. With this, here, this, and this. So 4 straight lines are there. When 4 straight lines are coming into picture, the most probable shape could be a quadrilateral, most probable, and it should be a quadrilateral technically. I hope you must be agreeing with me on this. So if I start drawing it, of course, you'll be having y-axis, then you possibly would be having x-axis, and I think they have given you those only because with this x between 0 to 9 by 4, so if you have this x as 0 here, this is the y-axis, so 9 by 4 could be somewhere here. So this is the x is equals to 9 by 4. So this is the line x is equals to 9 by 4, but they want x to be less than 9 by 4. So this region between these two lines needs to be taken. The other region is y is between 0 and 1. So y is 0 is this x-axis. Y is 1 should be somewhat this. This is 2 point something. So 1 could be somewhere here. I need to take more approximate values here and I need to try to draw it more precisely. So this is y is equal to 1. This is the other line. So the region should be between this. So this is the quadrilateral in which I'll be looking at that shape which is getting formed. 2 more lines are there in this picture. X greater than equal to 3y. Of course, passing through origin, we all can see and crack it quickly. So x is equal to 3y. Now, if it is 3y, let me try and find the point of intersection here. So if I put x is equals to 3y here, and if I put y as 1, x will be 3. So 3 comma 1 should be somewhere here, So this is how this line must be passing. So this is that line, x is equal to 3y, right? I hope there is no confusion on that. That's great, students. With this, I hope most of you are clearly noticing this part, that here, sir, you are needed to keep x greater than 3y. X greater than 3y means what? I hope you're understanding. X minus 3y should be greater than equal to 0, which means you take any point randomly. Let's say I'm taking this point, which is, let's say, 3 comma 0. So 3 comma 0 is satisfying it. So 3 minus 0 is positive, which means below this line. So above this line should be discarded. So now I'm restricting my discussion up till here in this part, but I'm left to take one more line under consideration. What is that line? That line is x plus y greater than equal to 2. What does it mean? Of course, 2 by 2, x by 2, y by 2 is equal to 1. So intercepts are going to be 2 comma 0 and 0 comma 2. Can you all imagine that? So one of the points could be somewhere here because this is 2 point something. So one point could be here, other point could be here. So that line should be passing somewhat like this. This is the final line or the third line, which is x plus y is equal to 2. But I hope you are clearly noticing that I need x plus y greater than 2, which means what? Is 0 comma 0 satisfying it? Yes. 0 plus 0 is greater than equal to 2. No, it is not. So above this, use the basics of LOP. What is LOP? Okay, so with that, I need to take the region above it. So the region above it means what? Finally, I can conclude this is the region we are now interested in. Everybody got this? So I need to take this quadrilateral's area. So when I am willing to find this quadrilateral's area, let me start finding certain points. First of all, let me do one thing. Can I not do this? Yes, linear programming only. Can I not do this simple thing? I'll find the area of this bigger triangle. Let's call it O. Let's call this A. Let's call this B. Let's call this C. And let's call it this T. So if I am finding the area of the triangle OBC, from the area of the triangle OBC, if I'm subtracting the area of the triangle OAD, I think I'll get the area of the quadrilateral. Which quadrilateral? A, B, C, D. Did you all get this? And that's exactly what we are trying to find out. So now the job is restricted to finding the corner point. So let's start working out that. First of all, we are sure about one thing. The coordinates of B and C. What about the coordinates of B and C? Sir, B and C are lying on x is equals to 9 by 4. So their x coordinate is going to be 9 by 4, which doesn't matter much. But here, C, I hope, is clearly x-axis. So y coordinate will be 0. 9 by 4, when solved with this line, x is equals to 3 by 5. So B is 9 by 4. So if I put a 9 by 4 here, 9 by 4 is equals to 3y. So that we receive as 3 by 4. That's great, technical gamer. That's great. A lot of people are saying that's good, Kingsuk. So with that, this will be 3 by 4. So this point here should be 3 by 4. Everyone comfortably getting this, all the participants. Now let's work on D. What is going to be D? First of all, D is clearly going to be what? It is intersecting the x-axis, which means y coordinate is 0. Y is 0 here on this line. So x should be 2. So this D point should be 2. O is of course your origin, which is 0, 0. Now let's talk about this A. This A is the intersection of this and this. This and this. So x is 3y. So 3y plus y is equals to 2, which means 4y is equals to 2. So if 4y is 2, y is 1 by 2. So the y coordinate of A is 1 by 2. Everybody got this? So if I put 1 by 2 here, x will receive as 3 by 2. So the coordinates of A are going to be this. I hope no confusion on whatever we have done so far. Everybody with me on this? Now what do we do? I think the answer is finally ready. You can use either the stair method, you can use these 4 coordinates and find the final answer, or rather, can you not help me with the area of this triangle OBD? OBD, sorry, it's not OBD, it's OBC. So for OBC, this is of course a 90 degree. So base is 9 by 4. So half into base 9 by 4 into height. This is your height. Height is clearly 3 by 4. This is the area minus triangle OAD. Triangle OAD. So triangle OAD has OD as base. What is OD? OD is 2. So it is half base into height. What is height? Height is this A. From A, if I drop a perpendicular on OD, which is x-axis, height is the y coordinate of A, which is 1 by 2, Now from here, can you not do it by yourself? I think a lot of students are saying 11 by 32. Most probably by solving this, you'll get 11 by 32. I'm not calculating it, skipping it, believing that you'll do it by yourself. But more importantly, did you all understand this? Did you all understand the whole explanation? Are you all understanding that in the examination hall, you'll be seeing such category of questions as well, which will look easy, which will be doable. But of course, questions are going to be lengthy because it is JEE Advanced, right? Everybody got this. Can I move ahead from here? All the participants. Sir, we will try calculation parts. Please move to the next question. That's the spirit, Hanuman. That's exactly what I was waiting for. Can you all try this question by yourself? So I'm giving you 1 minute's time and then we'll see how many of you are able to crack this. 1 minute's time, you tell me what should be the answer to this question. All the participants, be quick and tell me the answer. मैं नहीं चल रहा है. I'm sure that you don't get intimidated by integration based questions. So now we are solving a question from the chapter integration, or maybe you call it definite integration, but technically it is more of an integration question. Definite is because the limits are there, but you will not be using the properties of definite. I'll be still be solving it with that indefinite integration approach only. Pay attention to that part. That's good, Akil. First of all, I'll try to create something out of this. The lecture notes, Akhil, will be shared after the session. You just need to follow our WhatsApp channel. On our WhatsApp channel, all of these notes will be shared with you. I repeat, when you go to our WhatsApp channel, the link to our WhatsApp channel is given in this video's description only. On WhatsApp channel of ours, PWJ English, the entire PDF of this session will be discussed. So all the questions which we have discussed along with the solutions will be there with you for your revision. Don't worry about that. Now, here the best thing is needed to be done is 1 minus x, 1 plus x. We can see something really interesting over here. I am dividing it by 1 plus x. So the question looks like 1 plus root 3 stays outside, and then this is 0 to 1 by 2. There, I'm doing one simple operation, x plus 1 whole square stays like that, but this is 1 minus x to the power 6. I am dividing it by 1 plus x to the power 6, but when I do so, I just cannot do it. It is not my father's property. If I'm multiplying it, so I got to divide it, or if I'm dividing it, I got to multiply it. So 1 plus x to the power 6 I'm doing. So 1 plus x to the power 6, I got to multiply in the numerator as well. So that 2 and 6 is clearly 12. I'm really sorry, Mr. Akil. You wrote it as Akil. Why should I not read it like this? That's brilliant, Utkarsh. That's amazing. Bingo. Great, 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 great. Okay, technical gamers. So with that, this is raised to the power 1 by 4, and this is your dx. Everyone comfortably understanding whatever I've done so far? Now, 1 plus x to the power 8 raised to the power 1 by 4. So if I take this 1 by 4 out here, it could be written like this. Everybody understood my intent here? So this is 1 plus x square here. This is clearly nothing but what? 1 plus x square here. Now I hope most of you are clearly realizing why did I do so. So can everyone focus, pay attention, you're having your exam. Now here, I hope you're understanding it. Everyone, Akhil and Akil, everyone, what am I going to do next, right? I hope you are clearly seeing that, sir, this 1 minus x upon 1 plus x, if you are taking as t, I hope you are understanding, 1 plus x whole square dx dt. Now I need to differentiate the numerator. So this part, the numerator part, I need to write. So the derivative of 1 minus x is minus 1 times denominator as it is minus derivative of denominator is 1 and numerator as it is. Everyone comfortably getting this? So this minus x plus x is clearly minus x plus x is 0. So minus 1, that's minus 2. So it should be a minus 2 here. Everybody got this, or shall I re-explain this part, all the participants? Everybody. So with this minus 2, I'll take to the other side. So dx by this should be minus dt by 2. I hope this is exactly what most of you must have thought of doing. So with this, when I take it back to the question here, what substitution do I receive now? I hope you are clearly noticing that, sir, this question becomes really simple and doable. This 1 plus root 3 stays outside like that. Then here inside, the limits will also be updated, which I'll do later. But here, this is this dx upon 1 plus x square. This dx upon 1 plus x square gets substituted by minus dt by 2. So minus dt by 2, I can write like this. But here, this is what I am now left with. This is technically 1 minus x upon 1 plus x. If this 6 and this 6 is taken outside, it will be 6 by 4, which means 3 by 2. Everybody understood that part comfortably. That's good, Hanuman. So this 1 minus x upon 1 plus x was t. So it is t to the power 3 by 2. This is not minus, this is this, right? So t to the power 3 by 2 becomes what? T to the power minus 3 by 2 dt. Did you all get this? The limits are also needed to be updated, which I'll do. Now, let's talk about the limits. This is a continuous function, so I need not worry about the substitution. That is perfectly fine. So now if I talk about the limits are what? 0. So if I put a 0, 1 minus 0, 1 plus 0, that's 1. So the lower limit will be 1. Upper limit, 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2. So 1 by 2 by 3 by 2. That's 1 by 3. So this will be 1 by 3. But if I swap these limits, this minus vanishes. So I'm making this minus sign vanish. This 1 by 3 and 1 are swapped. So this will be 1 by 3 and this will be 1. I hope I can do so. The upper limit and lower limit can be interchanged. Are you all listening and understanding this part? I hope nobody is confused with this. Now, can you not integrate this t to the power minus 3 by 2? So when you are integrating it, can I do it here? So t to the power minus 3 by 2. What is the outside? Sir, outside expression is root 3 plus 1 divided by 2. Then you have this. What? Integration of this. So t to the power minus 3 by 2 plus 1. That is t to the power minus 1 by 2 divided by minus 1 by 2. And thus limits are supposed to be put as 1 by 3 and 1. Can I skip this question now at this stage? Standard question of integration. Indeed, standard question of integration. This kind of expressions you must have seen, and you know all these operations. And don't worry, I'll be bringing a complete mathematics formula revision session as well for you all very soon. Once this marathon session gets over, we'll be bringing a mock session as well, where we'll be making you revise all the questions, the most probable questions for your JEE Advanced, although questions can never be predicted for JEE Advanced, but still, we'll try to do the most probable question series where we'll be predicting that what IIT Roorkee can ask. The next thing which I'll personally be doing for you all is that for mathematics, I'll be making you do a complete mathematics formula revision before your examination. So in one session, we'll revise all the formulae of mathematics. So let's say if you are missing some basics or some minute details, we'll be doing that as well. Don't worry about that. But right now, I hope this part you can do by yourself. I can skip that. With this, when I move towards the next question, what do we get? What do we see? The next question are really easy, a terribly easy question. The easiest question from today's discussion. I hope most of you must be seeing that this is a question which is a mixture of function and definite integration, but it is still absolutely doable. Absolutely doable. All of you can tell me the correct answer quickly. So shall we do a poll here? Let's quickly do a poll here. 60 seconds time will be sufficient. And let's start this poll right now. Let's see how many of you get the answer. Sir, we don't know how to participate in polls. So to participate in polls, you need to have the app PyLens. PyLens, this app, PyLens, L-E-N-S. This app you can download from Google Chrome Store or from the Google Play Store. And then by activating it, by logging in, you can start participating in these polls. If somebody is from class 10th, this is totally not for you, Barun. I think this is for all the JEE aspirants who are going to write JEE Advanced very soon. So this is for you. But if you are willing to watch it, you are really welcomed here. Appreciated. Great, great, Sonali. I'm glad that you had idli today. I had dosa, vada pav and everything. Thank you so much for being so concerned. She comes in every session of ours. She keeps on asking these things that what did we have, what did we eat. Just like other mother, our sisters, they always call you and ask you or text you that what did you have. So let's start solving this question. I hope most of you must have participated in the polls. We'll definitely see the participation as well. So it did not start. So okay, I think it has started. Let's quickly conclude it and let's see how many of you got the correct answers. The previous question 2 is the correct answer. Okay, Akhil, you can verify. I'm skipping that calculation part. I'm just telling you the approach. Now, this question is a really simple one. Fx be the indefinite integral of sine square x. So I don't know how to integrate sine square x. So what I'll do is, I hope you do remember 1 minus cos 2x. Can you help me with this? 1 minus cos 2x is 2 sine square x. So this divided by 2 should be sine square x. Everybody got this? I am from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, Hanuman. Great, great. That's good, Utkarsh. That's good, technical gamers. Now with this, if I make that substitution here, I got to integrate sine square x. So I can integrate this as well, which is same. I hope you're getting it. So when I integrate it, I hope 1 by 2 becomes x by 2. I hope no confusion on that. And the integration of cos x is sine x. I hope you're getting it. So cos 2x means what? Sine 2x by 2. But 2 is already there. So it should be sine 2x by 4 plus the constant of integration because it is indefinite integral. So this is your capital F of x. First of all, give me a quick update on this. Everybody got this. Everybody understood this. Everybody cracked it. the value of capital F of x. Now from here, what I do next is the statement 1. What does it say? The function f of x satisfies f of x plus pi is equals to f of x. That means they're trying to tell you that it is a periodic function. Can it be? First of all, there is x, which means algebraic function came into picture, and there is constant. It can never be a periodic function. With that, will I not conclude that statement 1 is definitely wrong because f of x is clearly non-periodic? So if it is non-periodic, that means statement 1 is definitely false. What about statement 2? Sine square x plus pi sine square x. That is definitely true. That is clearly true. We all know that, right? Sine x being a periodic, sine square x, sine cube x, all of these functions are also periodic. We'll talk about these periods in a specific session where I'll be making you revise all the formulae of mathematics for your JEE Advanced. So statement 2 is definitely correct. So statement 2 is correct. Statement 1 is wrong. Statement 1 is false. Statement 2 is true. Option D was the correct answer to this question. Let's see how many of you participated in this poll and got the answer. Nobody. Somebody responded. So some people said option A. No. Option D would have been the correct answer. Great. With this, let us move towards the next question. Asked by JEE Advanced, and this clearly is going to be a question, I'll say, from functions where you talk about range, and then this gets merged with the chapter application of derivatives as well. There is a mistake in option D. Which mistake, students? Okay, so we missed or skipped one question. Statement 1 is false. Statement, okay, thank you so much. Statement 2 is true. I'm really sorry. I think it is correct now. Thank you so much, Kokal Seni, for highlighting it. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry. I think it is resolved now. Now, if I get back to this question will do, but let us focus on this question. Then we'll move to this question. I hope you're okay with that. This question is what we are focusing upon now. Try and solve this. Sir, can you make short video on complete revision of math syllabus? Ajit, I'll take a live. In this, we'll be revising entire maths, all the formulae, very quickly. Okay, is that okay, Ajit? Now, with this, let's focus on this question. This is your f of x, right? Now, R to R, then which of the following is true? It is decreasing, it is increasing, it is on to range. So range, I think you know how to do. Range, for range you do is, you keep it equal to y, then you convert it into a quadratic, then you find its discriminant, and that's how you find its range. That's definitely a doable approach. But what if I suggest you something else? What is that something else? Let's talk about that. That is even more interesting. Let's pay attention to that part. Because I need to make my comment on its increasing and decreasing nature as well. And when somebody asks you to define when is it increasing, when is it decreasing, I think first derivative test comes into picture. That's great. Very soon, Patil, I'll be conducting it. You just need to follow our channel, PWJ English. We'll keep you posted, we'll keep you updated, and we'll definitely make you do a revision session of all the formulae for JEE Advanced Mathematics section. Now, if I talk about this, let me quickly find f dash x. So what is going to be the value of f dash x? Denominator is very much sorted. It is the square of x square plus 2x plus 4. But with the numerator, the derivative. Sir, 11th portion has more weightage in JEE Advanced. That cannot be committed, Sudarshan. This exam is very balanced in nature. They'll ensure that everything they ask, directly, indirectly, or subtly. Right now, this is easy, so please move to next. Definitely Hanuman, but let me do it for the sake of all the students who are watching it. The derivative of numerator, so that is 2x minus 3 times denominator, which is x square plus 2x plus 4, right? Minus derivative of denominator, so that is 2x plus 2, that is 2x plus 2 times the numerator, which is x square minus 3x minus 6, right? So with this, when I go ahead, I hope you are seeing it getting simplified as f dash x is what I'm writing here. So 2x minus 3 getting multiplied to this. So 2x into x square, that is 2x cube. Then 2x into 2x, that is 4x square. Then 2x into 4, that is 8x. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2x cube, then 4x square, then 8x. Then what you have next is, minus 3 getting multiplied to it. So it is minus 3x square, then minus 6x, then minus 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. Minus, from this, I'll be subtracting the other expression, which is this into this. So 2x into x square. 2x into x square is going to be 2x cube. Then I'll have 2x into 3x, that is minus 6x square. I hope we are going great. Then 2x into 6, that is minus 12x. Got it, everyone? Then plus 2 is also getting multiplied to it. So it gives you plus 2x square Then what you get is minus 6x, then you get minus 12. Everybody got this comfortably? This is the numerator, right, students? Definitely, Priyanshu. Why should you not? You definitely can. Everybody is allowed. You need not ask. We are preparing for JEE Advanced, so we are doing the most predictable questions here. The denominator is very much sorted, x square plus 2x plus 4 whole square. Everybody got this part? Now from here, when I solve this or when I simplify this, what do I get? Let me put my focus on simplification of it. So first of all, I'll push this minus sign inside. So when I push this minus sign inside, minus, plus, plus, this will be minus, this will be plus, this will be plus. But this 2x square should be minus. So I'll put a minus sign over here. This is 12x and this is minus, right? Everybody with me on this? So with this, 2x cube are cancelled. So there is no cubic term, I believe so. And the next thing is 6x square. Now let's talk about the terms with a square. So 4x square minus 3x square, that is x square plus 6, that is 7x square, but 7 minus 2, that is clearly 5x square. Correct me if I'm committing any mistake in terms of calculation. Then let's talk about the terms in x. The terms in x are going to be what? 8 minus 6, that is 2. 2 plus 12, how much is that? 2 plus 12 is 14. 14 plus 6 is 20. So it should be 20x. It should be 20x. Correct me if I'm wrong. This should be 20x. Now let's talk about the constant terms here. Minus 12 and plus 12. So I think it is very much resolved. It is 0. So this is what we receive in the numerator. Denominator is always sorted, x square plus 2x plus 4 whole square. Now, when I solve this particular part, I think the job is done. The job is absolutely done and our question is almost done with the next step. If I take 5x common, I'll be left with x plus 20. Sorry, I'll be left with x plus 4, right? Divided by this expression, which is a perfect square of x square plus 2x plus 4. Now pay attention to this part. What is it? Is it not f dash x? So nature of f dash x will help me in deciding the curvature of f of x. No, chemistry is tomorrow, Anuman. Your chemistry session is tomorrow. Again at the same time, 11 o'clock. Now, here, if I put a plus minus sign, I hope you need not do that. But still, if you want, it is minus 4. This is 0. So this will be plus minus plus. It is not minus 24. Which part is wrong? I think it is plus 20. I think it is plus 20. Other students, please confirm. Even if it is minus 24, then also the value will change very little, but I think this is correct. So with this minus 4 and 0, I hope you are realizing one thing very clearly. Most of you are clearly realizing one thing very clearly, that it will be increasing from minus infinity to minus 4, then decreasing from minus 4 to 0, and then from increasing from 0 to infinity. Everybody got this? Everybody, all the participants. Now with this, if I try and build or plot its graph, how will that take place? Pay attention to that. Why am I trying to draw its graph? Because I want to have more conclusion on this data. I hope so far there is no confusion. Okay, that's great. That's brilliant. Now, when I talk about this particular part, I hope you all are there. If I am willing to draw its graph, so there will be somewhere minus 4, there will be 0 somewhere, right? What I'm asking you to tell me, I hope when I ask you that when x approaches minus infinity, what can you say about f of x? Sir, we know when x approaches minus infinity, the coefficient of x square and x square both are quadratic in numerator and denominator. So the ratio of the highest degree term will be my answer. So 1 by 1 is 1. Similarly, when I talk about limit x approaches infinity on f of x, then also it will be 1 by 1. So that's your 1. Everybody got this? Everybody with me on this? So I can say that when this function approaches minus infinity or plus infinity, it will be approaching 1. It will be approaching 1. So let's say this is 1. This is where it will be approaching. So first of all, from minus infinity to minus 4, it is increasing. So if it is increasing, then it could be somewhat like this, somewhat like what? If it is increasing, it could go like what? At minus 4, right? At minus infinity, it is approaching 1. At minus 4, it will be having its maxima. Then from minus 4, it starts decreasing. So it decreases till 0. So till 0 it will decrease. I don't know whether it will be below the x-axis or above the x-axis, but I'm taking an assumption and drawing it like this. If it is above the x-axis, I'll take that under consideration. Don't worry about that. And then after 0 till infinity, again it increases. Again it increases. So if it increases, again it will go like this. Now, why is this line behaving as an asymptote here? I hope you're understanding. Because when x approaches infinity, this approaches 1. When x approaches minus infinity, this curve approaches 1. Everyone able to digest this graph? Now let me find two things. Which two things? These two things. If I could find f of minus 4, that will be its maximum value. If I could find f of 0, that will be its minimum value. Global maxima and global minima. And that will be its range. I hope you're understanding it from the graph of this function. So let's find f of 0. F of 0 means what? F of 0 means 0, 0, minus 6, 0, 0, 4. So minus 6 by 4, luckily, is minus 3 by 2, which is negative. So we have drawn the correct graph. Let's say if it was found to be positive, I would have made it turn from this above the x-axis only. I hope you got this. Now let's find f of minus 4. F of minus 4. So f of minus 4 will be what? Minus 4 square is 16. Minus 4 into 3, that's plus 12. And this is minus 6 divided by minus 4 square is again 16. Minus 4 into 2 is minus 8 plus 4. So what I get finally here is 16 plus 6, that is 22. I hope, correct me if I'm wrong, 16 plus is 22. And 16 minus 4 is 12, which is clearly 11 by 6. So this value here should be 11 by 6. I think am I making any mistake here, students? Because first of all, f is decreasing in the interval minus 2 to minus 1. So yes, first option is correct. Because this is minus 2 somewhere here. Minus 1 is also somewhere here. So it is decreasing in the interval minus 2 to minus 1. Great. With this option B, f is increasing in the interval 1 to 2. Yes, 1 could be somewhere here, 2 could be somewhere here, let's say. So it is increasing in the interval 1 to 2. F is on 2. No, it is not. I hope you're understanding its range is codomain is R, but its range is from minus 3 by 2 to 11 by 6. So option C is absolutely wrong. F is not on 2, it is rather into. I hope you're seeing it. What about option D? Range. Range is minus 3 by 2 to not 2. It is 11 by 6. So instead of this 2, had it been 11 by 6, my option D would also be correct. So option A and option B. How many of you got this? That's good, Akhil. That's good, technical gamer. That's good. Great. Kokal, thank you so much for validating it. Priyanshu is saying, sir, when my selection JEE means I general. Priyanshu, you put this query in a more elaborated manner in the actual comment of this video, not in this live chat. When you put it there, it will behave or work as a reminder for me. I'll see it and create a holistic video on that through which I'll try to clarify your query. Great. So I hope everybody got this. Again, I'll bring you one more easy question, one of the easiest questions for today. Try and solve this and tell me the answer to this question. Easiest question which uses the concept of functions where inverse function is technically being used. This category of questions you must have done a lot many times previously as well. And this time, let's try and solve this. A very basic question, a straightforward concept which will be used here in this question to crack this one. Try and solve this, students. Let's see how many of you get this question or answer to this question. What does it say? Fx is given as this, gx is given as this, then the value of g-1. Okay. So here the best thing I'll tell you is that if gx is f inverse x, can I not say f of gx? F of gx is equal to x. I hope f of g of x will be x. Everybody got this? Do you all remember that? I hope there is no confusion on that. And from here, if I differentiate it, which part I am asking you to differentiate here? Pay attention to this part. If I differentiate it on both sides, it will be f dash of g of x dot, as per the chain rule, g dash x is equal to 1. Do you all remember that? Yes, easy. Technically, clearly, very easy. Straightforward question. So f dash of g of x, but I need g dash 1. Yes, we can work it out. G dash 1, we can very easily work it out. Don't worry about that. Now, this is what we have received. I want g dash 1. So let's say I'm replacing x by 1. So if I'm replacing x by 1, this will be f dash g of 1 dot g dash 1 is equal to 1. So g dash 1 will be reciprocal of this. How do we find f dash g1? F dash g1 means I can find this. If I could find g1, my job will be done. So what is g1 from here? So g1 will be f inverse of 1. G1 will be f inverse of 1. Everybody getting this conclusion? F inverse of 1. Now pay attention to this part here. This fx is y is equals to x cube plus e to the power x by 2. Great, great, great. That's good. Heram Surivanshi, that's good. A lot of students have already responded. Can you tell me what will be f inverse 1? What is f inverse 1? F inverse 1 means I need a 1 here. So when can I have this as 1? Through intuition or through observation? Can you help me with this data? What value of x should be kept here so that you get 1 here? That will be f inverse 1. I hope you get this. So will you not say that, sir, if you want to make it 1, take the benefit of this particular expression. If x becomes 0, 0 plus e to the power 0 is 1. So if x is kept as 0, this will become 1. Which means if x is replaced here as 0, this will be 1, which means y will be 1. So f inverse 1 will be the value of x for which f of x becomes 1. So will you not say that f inverse 1 will be 0? Without even finding f inverse x, I am defining f inverse 1 in this manner, through intuition, through observation, through my awareness. Are you all not able to think like this? Everybody give me a quick update on that. Can I move ahead from here? All the participants. Now with this, when I go ahead, I think the job is done. Why the job is done? Because g1 is f inverse 1, which is 0. So I need to find f dash 0 times g dash 1 is 1. So I think my job is done. Let's work on f dash 0. Priyanshu is saying, Priyanshu, this is a very silly doubt. Log is equals to ln, because when you take base e, then it becomes ln. This is just a convention of writing it. Right now, since we are doing JEE Advanced session here, let's focus on more relevant problems here. Now, with this f dash 0, what is f dash 0? I think I need to find f dash x. So can you help me with f dash x, students? I hope you all can clearly see that f dash x will be 3x square plus e to the power x by 2 times 1 by 2. Everybody getting this? This is your f dash x. But we are interested in f dash 0. So this should be 0 plus e to the power 0 by 2. That is 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2. So 1 by 1 by 2, that's 2. A lot of you have already responded. That's brilliant. A lot of you have already responded. That's brilliant. Good Om Sai Ram. Good Akhil. Good. Hiram. Shurivanshi. Technical gamer. That's brilliant. Great. Perfect. Brilliant. I have already created a video on YouTube for Priyanshu. You go ahead on this channel. Just in 2 to 3 videos only, you'll find when I had a conversation with John Napier, he told me, why are we taking the base as E? You will get the answer. I have created a crystal clear, a structured, a holistic, a complete, a thorough video on that. You will find the answer there. Don't worry about that. Why do we take the base as 10? Why do we take the base as E? How did log get invented? What was the thought behind it, or what was the need of log? Everything I could discuss with John Napier. I time traveled and I had a word with him, and he told me all his secrets, why, how, and everything. And there I have given you the data. Go ahead and watch that video on our channel only. Just in the video section, you'll find that. Luckily, I have just posted it. Now, this question will be solving it. This question is clearly again a question which is based on continuity and differentiability. Let's see how many of you get this, and then we'll discuss it together. Now, pay attention to this part. GIF of x be the greatest, of course, at which of these following points the function is discontinuous. Shall we do a poll here? Shall we have a poll here? So 60 seconds poll, we are doing it. If you want to participate in it, you got to have the Pylens app through which you will be able to participate in it. Yes. Chalo. Now, this question I want you all to solve. Everyone, quickly give it a try, and then we'll be seeing that how many of you get it right. So let's quickly do a poll. I'm hoping that you all participate and tell me the correct answer to this question. Everyone, be quick, be quick. Are you all trying? Are you all doing it? If I also start doing it simultaneously, let me push this pi inside. So this f of x here will be x times cos of pi x into, sorry, pi x plus gi of x times pi. Everyone comfortably getting this? Or if I wish to rewrite it, can I not rewrite it in a more simpler manner where I'm writing it as gi of x pi plus pi x? I hope you're okay with this. Now you tell me one thing, when I talk about this x is an integer, and integers are either odd or even. So it could be either even or odd. So even integer into pi, odd integer into pi plus pi x. So I hope you're understanding. Odd integer into pi. I hope you're understanding. I'm really sorry. Even integer into pi and odd integer into pi. So even integer into pi plus something pushes me in the first quadrant. Odd integer into pi plus something pushes me in the third quadrant. Everybody getting this? Now from here, all I'm asking you to do is a very simple calculation that you tell me, sir, that in the first quadrant, all the ratios are positive. Because of this pi, the ratios wouldn't change. But in the third quadrant, tan and cot are positive. So it depends on this. If it is even, I can write it as x cos pi x directly. But if this gi of x is odd, it will be there with a negative sign. So shall I not say that I can write it like this? Give me a quick update or confirmation on this. How many of you got this part? Is anyone confused with this conclusion which I'm giving right now here? With this part, minus 1 to the power gi of x. Did you all understand this part, or shall I repeat this? All the participants, be quick. All I'm saying is that gi of x will be an integer. So pi times an integer. So even into pi or odd into pi plus something pushes me either in first quadrant or third quadrant, which means what? This is a multiple of pi plus theta is of course cos theta or minus cos theta. So it will be plus cos theta if it is in the first quadrant, it will be minus cos theta if it is in the third quadrant. What does it mean? It means that it solely depends on this GIF of x. All the participants getting it. All the participants understood this part. With this, now when I talk about this conclusion, can you help me with f of x, its continuity or its discontinuity? Sir, this x is clearly sorted. This is an algebraic function, continuous everywhere. This is cos pi x. This is clearly a trigonometric function, continuous everywhere. But with it, I am seeing this expression getting introduced, minus 1 to the power GIF of x. With this part, I am seeing that this function is discontinuous at all the integral values. So of course, it will be discontinuous at all the integral values. So all of these options could be true technically. But I hope you are missing one point. You are missing one simple point. What is that point here, students? That point is pretty simple. That this x, when x becomes 0, this becomes 0. So I hope you remember 0 into discontinuity becomes continuity. It's get converted into a continuous function. So except for 0, it will be discontinuous at all the other integral values. Did you get that? Did you all understand that? Or shall I repeat that part? So my answer will be that at A, B and D option, it will be discontinuous, but at the rest of the values, it will be discontinuous at rest of the integral values. I hope cos pi x is not becoming 0 at pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, so that I need not bother about becoming 0. So only this part could become 0 and this x could become 0 when x was 0. That's great. So I hope everybody got this. Again, 3 lines question it was if you were simply observant enough. And this category of questions are asked by JEE Advanced if you are simply putting your efforts or focus on the question. So some tricky questions are also asked. I'm not saying lengthy, I'm not saying tough, I'm saying tricky, short and tricky. If you just pay attention to this, and this is something basic and understandable. If you could crack it like this part, if you pay attention to this, if you are observant enough, you could crack it. Can I move ahead from here to the next question, students? Let's solve the next question now. I hope you can see this question. and I'll be really glad if some of you could do it. And before we do it, let me see how many of you marked option C as the correct answer. So let's see how many of you got the option C as the correct answer. 100% Ashwin. So only one guy participated and Ashwin could answer it within 15 seconds. That's brilliant, Ashwin. That's great. Great. Logic is used. Yes, logic is used. This is a very good question now, which I'm showing you all. Again, a simple question based on quadratic, I'll say, or rather I'll say theory of equations. A simple observation, if you are aware of, you can solve this. Poll you want me to do? Yes, let's do a poll, but I'll also keep solving it simultaneously. Will that be okay? Because I want to save some time. So you also keep doing it, I'll also do it, and then we'll see the result. So let R denote the set of all the real numbers. A1, B1 are real for I being 1, 2, 3. Okay, I being 1, 2, 3. So A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3 all are real. Great, no worries with that. This is AI, BI. Let me correct it. This is AI and BI, which means A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3 all are real, right? F is from R to R, G is from R to R, H is from R to R. So they all are real functions, which means real to real, they are defined, right? Now, Fx, Gx and Hx is what we are given. Now, Fx is not equal to Gx for every x belongs to R. This is the catch. This is the most important statement of this question. If you pay attention to this part, your question will be done. Your question will be totally done if you just pay attention to this part of this question. Why? Pay attention to this part. What is Fx? What is g of x? Let me put them equal. So Fx is equals to gf. Let's say I'm solving this particular part. So Fx is this, which is a1 plus 10x plus a2 x square plus a3 x cube plus x to the power 4 is equal to, what is g of x? G of x is b1 plus 3x plus b2 x square plus b3 x cube plus x to the power 4. This is your g of x. But what am I told? I am told that they are not equal. That's good. That's good. I think Heram Shurivansi has already answered. That's brilliant. A lot of students, I think Yogav has also answered possibly to this question only. So I'm speaking in English only. Don't you understand that, Yogan? I hope I'm speaking in English only. That you all must understand. So x to the power 4, x to the power 4 are cancelled. So this becomes a cubic. And this becomes a cubic. Great. This becomes a cubic. I hope you're understanding it. If it has become a cubic, and if I wish to write it in a more simpler format, I am saying that this x to the power 4 has vanished. This x to the power 4 has vanished, and they are saying you that this is true for all the x which are real. They are giving you this data. This is true for all the x which are real. Can you believe that? Great. That's good, Om Sai Ram. It is a PYQ of JEE Advanced 2025. Yes. Now, when I go back to this question, pay attention to this part. When I rearrange it, it becomes an identity. This is still an identity. Although, let's say this is an equality, but this is an inequality here. This is an inequation here. So with this, you got to understand that, sir, a cubic is always equal to a cubic. What does it mean? That if I take it all to this side, this will become a3 minus b3 whole times x cube. Then it will be a2 minus b2 whole times x square. Then it will be 10x minus 3x, that is 7x, and there you will have a1 minus b1, the constant term, and this is not equal to 0 for all x which are real. Can you believe that? Is this statement not a problematic statement? Are you all not realizing it? This is clearly a contradiction of what we have studied. Why am I saying this? Because we all know that whenever you deal with a cubic either goes like this or goes like this or whatever, or however it goes, like it always intersects the x-axis at least once. Does it not? A cubic or an odd degree polynomial always intersects x-axis at least one. It always has at least one real root. So this is clearly a contradiction of what we know, because this cannot happen. They cannot say that it is never 0 being a cubic for any x which is real. It is clearly a contradiction, which means despite being cubic, if it is not 0, that cannot happen, which means it cannot be a cubic. Now, how can I ensure that this is not a cubic? by simply ensuring that the coefficient of x cube becomes 0. If coefficient of x cube becomes 0, that means a3 minus b3 becomes 0, which means a3 becomes b3. Through which I have ensured it is a quadratic now, and quadratic cannot be 0 for any real values of x if its discriminant is negative. I hope you got this. But I am interested or more interested in this result. Now let's go back to the question. I am given hx is equals to this. I am given hx is equals to this. So let's try and utilize that information. Let us try and utilize that information because they are now interested in the coefficient of x cube in hx. They are more interested in coefficient of x cube in hx. So let me try and define hx. So if I now start defining hx, I'll not be writing the complete hx. We are not interested in that. I'm clearly interested in the coefficient of x cube in hx. So hx is f of x plus 1. F of x plus 1 means what? X plus 1 to the power 4, then plus a3 x cube and more terms, but I'm not interested in those terms because they'll be lower degree terms. I'm interested in the coefficient of x cube. So I'm writing it up till this stage only. Minus g of x plus 2. What is g of x plus 2? G of x plus 2 will be here. So this will be x plus 2 to the power 4 plus b3 x plus 2 cube and so on. But again, I'm not interested in those remaining terms because we want to find the x cube's coefficient here at this stage. Everybody got this part? Everybody understood this part? Now from here, what I do next is, I think the job is done, because when this is expanded, one of the terms will be x to the power 4. Other term will be 4c1 x to the power 3. So here it will be 4x cube, the term in x cube here. And here other terms will be lower degree terms. So this is a3 x cube. This is what I have gotten. Everybody comfortably got this? a3 x plus 1 cube, sir, please correct. Which part? Oh yes, I am really sorry. Thank you so much for that suggestion, TRP. Thank you so much. I forgot this. In the flow, I forgot this. Thank you so much. This should have been, it was x plus 1, right? There it is x plus 2. So this should be a3, this should be a3 x plus 1 cube. Thank you so much for that suggestion. So it should be a3 x cube. Although luckily the final answer does not get affected, but yes, we are supposed to be right. The other terms will be the lower degree terms. I am interested in the coefficient of x cube only. Now here when I talk about the coefficient of x cube, x to the power 4, then 4c1 into 2 to the power 1 into x to the power 3. So it will be 4 into 2 into x cube. I hope you know the binomial expansion I'm using. Everybody getting that? Now with this is minus b3 x cube, although it will have other terms in the powers of x, but I'm not interested in that because I am interested in the coefficient of x cube. We know a3 and b3 are equal. So a3 x cubes cancels this b3 x cube. With that, 4x cube minus 8x cube leaves you with minus 4x cube. That means the coefficient of x cube is minus 4. And I'm sure most of you must have gotten option C as the correct answer. That's great. Ashwin has again answered option C as the correct answer. That's brilliant, Ashwin. That's great. Perfect. I'm glad you answered it. I hope most of you must have understood this explanation. Are you all comfortably understanding that in JEE Advanced, how are you solving these questions matters the most? You don't have to write the whole expression. Even you did not have to write this expression. I did it for you to make you all understand. You don't have to write this part. So write as less as possible so that you can save as much time as you can, so that you can focus more on some relevant questions or problems. With this, let us move towards the next question. Again, a good one asked by JEE Advanced in 2025. Sir, once again, that A3, B3. Be smart guy, what are you trying to say? I did not get this. This part, it was a cubic. And they told that cubic is never 0, which is a contradiction. Odd degree polynomial is 0 at least once, which means this must become 0 somewhere. And if it must become 0 somewhere, but it is a contradiction of what they are saying. So what they are saying in the question should be correct. So with that, all I'm saying here is that this cannot be a cubic, because if it is quadratic, then it could be true that it can never be 0 for any real value of x. So if I want to convert into a quadratic from a cubic, I will ensure that the coefficient of x cube should be 0, which means a3, b3 should be equal. Okay, Ashwin Kumar, I get this now. Now from here, when I go ahead towards the next question, we'll be solving this question now. Shall we start doing it? Great, great, great. Now with this is the table we are given. We'll focus on that table. Okay, great, great. That's brilliant. Now from here, suppose that the sum of the frequencies is 19. So sum of the frequencies is 19 mean what? 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 6, I think it is 6 plus 6, which is 12. So 12 plus f1 plus f2 is 19. So shall I not say the first conclusion is f1 plus f2 should be 7. Shall I repeat this part? Sum of all the frequencies. So this 5 plus f1 plus f2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 should be 19. So this 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. So 19 minus 12 should be f1 plus f2. Everybody got this? 19 minus 12 is 7. So f1 plus f2 will be 7. Everybody understood this part. First data. Second conclusion. The median of this frequency distribution is 6. I'll talk about the median here, but let me rearrange the data in a little simpler manner here. I'll come back to this. Pay attention to this. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11 and 12, right? What do I have? What do I have here? Pay attention to this part. I have certain values which are going to be what? 4, then I have 5, then I have 6, then what do I have? 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11 and 12. So I have 8, then 9, then 11 and then 12. I'm writing all these xi in the ascending order. Everyone comfortable with that? Now I'll be talking about fi, the frequencies here. Now with this 4 is 5, 5 and 8 I don't know. So 4 is 5. The frequency for 4 is 5. Then for 5 it is f1. For 5 it is f1. For 5 it is f1. For 6 it is 1. For 9 it is 2. For 6 it is 1. For 9 it is 2. Then for 8 it is f2. For 8 it is f2. And then for 11 and 12 it is 3 and 1 respectively. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I hope we are going great with the data. No problem so far with xi and fi. Now let's talk about the next information. Everyone comfortably understanding this part? No confusion on that, whatever we have done so far. Now let's focus on cracking f1 and f2. What are we told? We are given a data which says this simple observation here, that this median, the median of this frequency distribution is 6. The median of this frequency distribution is 6. What does it mean? It means, how do we find the median for this? I hope you are clearly understanding this. Let's say if I'm interested in finding the median here, capital N, the total frequency is what? 19. This sum is 19. So if this capital N is 19, median will be found with respect to this 19 by 2. Whatever frequency contains this 19 by 2, that will be the median here. But median is told or said to be 6. Median is told or said to be 6. What does it mean? Median is told or said to be this 6, which means if this observation 6 over is median, which means here the cumulative frequencies or the sum of the cumulative frequency should fall under this 19 by 2. Are you able to digest my statement, all the participants? Give me a quick thumbs up, everyone who is watching it sincerely. Now with this, all I'm saying is very simple observation. 19 by 2, I hope you're understanding, this is clearly 9.5. This is clearly 9.5. So I need to make this sum just greater than 9.5. I know all are going to be integers here. Of course, all the other frequencies are integers. So these f1 and f2 are also going to be integers here. I just need to make this sum just to be 9. So here, I'll simply say that f1 I choose in such a manner that this 5, f1 and 1, this sum is just greater than 9.5. How will I ensure this? So 5 plus 1 is 6. Do you not think 6 plus 4 will be 10? So cumulative frequency here will be 10, and this 9.5 will fall under the 10, and that will make the 6 happen to be the median. Did you all get this, or shall I repeat this part? All the participants, all the participants. Are you aware of this process of finding the median? How do we find the median? We take the half of the total frequency and then we get a value, and then we find that this value falls under which frequency? Cumulative frequency. So 5 plus something plus 1 should be just greater than this. So 9.5 is this. So this sum should be 10. So this F1 should be 4. Everybody got this. How did we crack the value of F1? All the participants, give me a quick update on this. Or shall I give you more clarity on that? Great. With this, if I get back to the discussion we all were having, we knew that F1 plus F2 is 7. So if F1 plus F2 is 7, F1 plus F2 is 7, this 4, then this should be 3. I hope there is no confusion on that, everyone. Which part are you asking me to repeat, Ashwin? All I'm saying is that for median, we were told that this is your median 6. So this 6 till this 6, whatever cumulative frequency is going to be, that should include half of this n. That's how you find median in this frequency table, right? So half of this n was 9.5. So 9.5 should fall under this summation. So 5 plus something plus 1 should be just greater than 9.5. Are you getting it? So this sum should be 10 only, because if this sum goes till here, then this will be the median. But they gave you in the question that this 6 should be the median. This 6 is the median indeed, which means this is where I should stop, and the cumulative frequency here should be 10. So this sum should be 10 here. That's great. Everybody got this? You can all ask your queries and concerns like that. Don't hesitate in that. Now I will be finding XIFI. Now how do I find XIFI? I hope that's a simple task, because I got to find X bar. Why am I interested, or why am I finding X bar? Because they are asking us to find 3 things. Alpha means mean deviation. Alpha means mean deviation. So they're asking you find the mean deviation. Then beta means mean deviation about the mean. Alpha is mean deviation about the mean. Beta means mean deviation about the median, and this sigma square is your variance, the usual convention. So to find mean deviation about mean deviation about median, I am interested in one thing, which is the mean. So let's find the mean very quickly. So how do we find mean? I hope some calculation is needed to be done. So summation XIFI, can you do that by yourself? 4 into 5, that's 20. Then 5 into 4, that's again 20. Then 6 into 1, that's 6. 3 into 8, that is 24. Then 2 into 9, that is 18. 3 into 11, that is 33. And 1 into 12, that's 12. So from here, you can find summation FI, XI or XIFI, whatever you want to call it. I'm not calculating it all, but I'm just giving you the data. You quickly, somebody please do it quickly. Somebody, please add all these values and tell me what is going to be summation XIFI here. Quickly, somebody please do it. 20, 26, 24, 18, 33 and 12. Quickly somebody do it. And once you have done it, you give me this value as well. You give me this X bar. X bar is your mean. How do we find mean, students? We find mean by summation XIFI divided by summation FI. What is summation FI? That's your n, which is 19. So can somebody quickly tell me the summation XIFI? Anyone in the comment very quickly, or shall I do it by myself? 133. Are we sure, be smart guy? Shall I believe you that it is going to be 133 only? Let me quickly check this. 20 plus 20 plus 6 plus 24 plus 18 plus 33 plus 12. Yes, that's great. 133. So yes, thank you so much. It's not 123, it's 133. So if it is 133, you help me with this data as well. What will be 133 by 19? Can somebody help me with that? X bar here. Anybody? 133 by 19. So I think 133 by 19 is 7. So it's 7. Great, great, great. It's 7. So X bar we receive as 7. Perfect. Brilliant. So if I have received X bar as 7, I'll be finding Xi minus X bar. I hope you understand. This is the DI. I hope you remember that. No confusion on that. So with this, I am now interested in writing the DI here. I hope no confusion on this part. How did I find X bar? Everybody knows that, all the participants. Now with this, when I go ahead with this conclusion, that's great, that's great. So keep solving it along with me. Let's quickly find DI. DI is what? X bar is 7. So it will be Xi minus 7. So shall I directly write a 7 here? So I'm writing a 7 here because this 7 is X bar. So 4 minus 7, that's 3. I'm taking the mod here. 5 minus 7, that's 2. 6 minus 7, that's 1. 8 minus 7, that's again 1. 9 minus 7, that's 2. 11 minus 7, that's 4. And 12 minus 7, 12 minus 7 is 5. So this is your DI. Everybody got this? I hope there is no confusion on that. Now I'll be finding, I hope this DI everyone has understood this. This is your xi minus x bar, right? So with this, when I move ahead from here, I'll be writing summation, or before I do this, let me find summation fi di, summation fi di, right? So that will give you the final, deviation, mean deviation about the mean. I hope no confusion on that. Everybody who's watching it sincerely understanding this part. Okay, great. So from here, fi di means what? This 5 into 3. Quickly start solving along with add these. 5 into 3 is 15. 4 into 2 is 8. 1 into 1 is 1. This 3 into 1 is 3. Then this 2 into 2, that's 4. And then this 3 into 4, that's 12. And then this 5 into 1, that is 5. Now, can somebody quickly tell me what is summation? What is summation fi di? Can somebody quickly? How do I remove this? I think this should be removed. Okay, let me get it removed. I think PC it was, right? Okay, this is where we were. So summation fi di is what I'm asking you all. Can somebody help me with this summation? 5, 8, 1, 3, 4, 12, 5. So 12 plus 8. Can somebody quickly tell me this summation? Anyone in the chat box. So 12 plus 8. 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 plus 20 is 40. 40 plus 4 is 44. So this you receive as 44. Everybody got this? Everybody got this? Now with this, what will you get? You need to write the mean deviation about the mean. So mean deviation about the mean will be summation fi di upon n. So that will be 44 upon n is 19. So that will be your mean deviation about the mean, which is going to be the value of alpha. So alpha is going to be nothing but what? Alpha is going to be 44 upon 19. So let us be more precise. I think it's 44. It's not 48 or 47. Let me just do it again. Acha, I missed this 4, I think. I'm really sorry. It should be 48. Let me do it again. 15 plus 5, that is 20. 12 plus 8, that is 20. 47. It should be 47. Yes, I'm really sorry. It is 47. So it should be 47 here. It should be 47. So 47. It should be 48. I'm really sorry. So 48 by 19. 48 by 19 will be the value of alpha. Can somebody give me an approximate value here? 48 by 19, 2.5. So it is approximately 2.5. So that is the value of alpha. Now from here, it's 48 technically. Now from here, let's focus on beta. How do we find beta? Beta is going to be the mean deviation about the median. How do we find that? Let's focus on that. So let's say I am now introducing this part. I hope you are not getting frightened or intimidated or scared by this question, which is of course lengthy in calculation, but it is doable. So if you are left with some time in the examination hall, you should attempt this question. You should not skip this question. Now let's focus on EI. Now how am I defining EI? EI I'm saying as xi minus m, where m is the median. So EI I'm defining as xi minus median, which is 6. So first of all, 4 minus 6, that's 2. Then 5 minus 6, that's 1. Modulus, of course, 6 minus 6, that's 0. Then you have 8 minus 6, that's 2. Then you have 9 minus 6, that's 3. Then you have 11 minus 6, that is how much? 9 minus 6 is 3, 11 minus 6 is 5. And then you have 12 minus 6, which is 6. This is EI. Next thing which I got to do is I got to find one more thing. What is that? EIXI. I hope you're getting it. So the next thing will be EIXI. So here I'm going to write EIXI. I hope you're getting it. So 2 into 4, that's 8. Then 1 into 5, that's 5. Then 0 into 6, that's 0. Then 2 into 8, that's 16. Then 3 into 9, that's I think 27. Then 5 into 11, that's 55. And then 6 into 12, that is 72. Now you tell me summation EIXI. Can somebody tell me that? Yes, it is getting lengthy. I'm totally getting it. So once you find summation EIXI, I hope you can do that by yourself. Once you find that summation EIXI, so that summation EIXI when divided by n, which is of course 19, will give you beta. Everybody got this, all the participants. Yes, it is a big problem. It is a huge problem, but it is a matrix match type, which will give you some decent amount of marks because this is what you got to match. So this part I'm not solving, but I'm still giving you the values. So I think we have cracked F1. We have cracked F2. This is going to be alpha. That summation is 183. Are you sure? So 183 divided by 19 is going to be beta. So I have cracked alpha and beta. That final value, which final value? Now let me talk about this sigma square, the variance. I'm running short of space here on this page. Where should I write? Shall I write it here? I hope you can do it here. So now I'll be doing this. Pay attention to this part. If you do this, xi minus x bar square. So I think I should do it here. I think I should do it here because it is more convenient to do it here. So I'll be doing this thing. Xi minus x bar whole square if I do. I hope you're understanding it. So xi, ei, fi. Yes. So did I do xi, ei? Oh, I'm really sorry. I am really sorry. This should not be 183. I'm really sorry. Thank you so much for correcting it. I mistakenly took it as EIXI. Who is that? Frozen. Yes, good, great. So it should be EIFI. I'm really sorry for that. So much data is there to process mistakenly. So far we were going great, but in that column I took it as EIXI. I'm really sorry. It should be EIFI. So that calculation I'm not doing again. I'm really sorry. It should have been EIFI. Right. That's how they play with the data. Thank you so much for that correction, Frozen. Now the next part, we are still left with one more part of this question. Pay attention to that part. Xi minus x square, x bar square you'll do. How? This is these values. So 3, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. So 3 square is 9, 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16, and 5 square is 25. Right? And there, you will find the summation here as well. But don't go ahead with that. Then again, let's call it EF we have used. This into F. So this x minus x bar square. I hope you're understanding. This when I do, I hope you're understanding. The final part is your sigma square, which you can simply do by taking the summation here and divided by 19. That will be your variance. I hope you know the formula for variance. Everybody got this, or shall I re-explain this part? I'm skipping that final calculation, hoping and believing that you all get this, you all know this, so I can skip this. Answer I clearly cannot tell you because I have to calculate a lot of things, but I'm sure that you can crack alpha, you can crack F1, you can crack F2, you can crack beta, you can crack sigma square, and by putting these values here, you can get the final answer. But I'm sure you have understood this part very clearly. Are we clear on that? Everybody with me on this? Everybody. Shall I move towards the next question from here? So when I solve the next question from here, let me see what do we have as the next question from here. Okay, so here comes the next question for the day. Pay attention to this part. How do we solve this one? What does it say? Let's form this matrix first of all. It says M, Ij, where I and J are 1, 2, 3. So 3 by 3 matrix it is going to be. Then what does it say? It says Aij is 1 if j plus 1 is divisible by I. Otherwise, Aij is 0. So let me find this matrix M first of all. Let me try and define this M, the matrix M here. So if I am interested in defining this M, I hope you're understanding the elements of M are what? A11, A12, A13. Then you have A21, A22, A23. Then you have A31, A32, and A33. Everybody getting this? But let's check its definition. The definition says J plus 1. How to pick the questions confidently. This again is going to be a lengthy, but it is easy. So if you are that kind of a guy who believes in calculation, that sir I can calculate, but I am conceptually not very strong, so go ahead with this question. This is very easy. Trust me. It simply is a question which uses length. If you are that kind of a student who believes that I'm very, very strong with my concepts, I know everything, almost everything, just give me the question. No more much calculation is needed. Then you go for those moderate or tough questions. But again, you're realizing if calculation is less there, more conceptual depth is needed. And one small, simple ignorance will make you do it all incorrectly. So that's why I say choose in JEE Advanced, choose the balance. Sometimes questions conceptually will be easy, but they'll be lengthy. You got to solve them. Sometimes questions conceptually will be tough, but they'll be short in terms of length. So, of course, you got to strike that right balance. Good afternoon, Black Mystery. From here, so let me try and define M. J plus 1 is divisible by I. Okay, so let's work on that J plus 1. I hope you're understanding this is J. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Is divisible by 1? Yes, it is. So if it is divisible by 1, it is 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 divisible by 1. Yes, it should be 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 divisible by 1. It is 1 in that case. Now, 1 plus 1, 2. 2 is divisible by 2. So it should be 1. 2 plus 1, that's 3. 3 is not divisible by 2. It should be 0. 3 plus 1, that is 4. 4 is divisible by 2. So it should be 1. 1 plus 1, that is 2. 2 is not divisible by 3. It should be 0. 2 plus 1, that's 3. 3 is divisible by 3, so it should be 1. 3 plus 1, that's 4. 4 is not divisible by 3, so it should be 0. So that is your matrix M first of all. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? Great, great. We'll work that out. So from here, now when I get back to this question, M is invertible. So to say whether M is invertible or not, all I'll do is this. Pay attention to this part. Just hold on for a while, students. Let me scroll it a little. So when I wish to say whether M is invertible or not, I need to find its determinant. So its determinant I'm finding with the help of simple expansion or Sarah's rule, whatever you want to do. Let me expand it along with the third row. I hope you're okay with that. Plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. So minus 1 times this column, this row should be removed. So 1 minus 1, that is 0. I hope we are going great. Shall I repeat this? I hope you are clearly seeing this, that this is your 1. So with this 1, this is 1, this is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. So determinant of M is found to be 0. And if determinant of a matrix is 0, then we all know it is not invertible, which means option A is false. If it is said, if it says that M is invertible, which means M's inverse can be found, but it can be found only when determinant M is not 0, but determinant of M is 0, that means it is not invertible. I hope this basic you all are aware of. Let's first in the next question. There exists a non-zero column matrix such that A1, A2, A3, for which M times A1, A2, A3 is minus A1, minus A2, minus A3. Okay, let's work on that result as well. So how do I club it here? Give me a moment, students. So this says that M times A1, A2, A3. Okay. So this says M times, I'm really sorry, M times A1, A2, A3 is equal to what? Minus A1, minus A2, minus A3. Okay, that's fine. So it is minus A1, minus A2, minus A3. Okay, we'll work that out. Let me replace this M by this matrix, which is 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, and 0, 0. So this M times, right? This M times A1, A2, A3. So this is A1, this is A2, this is A3 is equal to minus A1 minus A2 minus A3. So I hope matrix multiplication. So a little lengthy in terms of calculation here. The question is now here when you start solving this 1 1 1 A2 A1 A3 A1 A2 A3. So it is A1 plus A2 plus A3 will be equal to minus A1. Did you all get this? Then 1 0 1 A1 A2 A3. So it will be A1 plus A3 which is equal to minus A2. Then 0 1 0 A1 A2 A3. So it is A2 which is equal to minus A3. Did you all get this? Everybody with me on this? Now from here, what I do next is pay attention to this part. If I club this and this, A2 I'm replacing by minus A3. So if I'm replacing A2 by minus A3, This is minus of minus A3, so that's A3. A3 is equals to A3. A3 and A3 are cancelled. So from here, I get A1 as 0. I hope you're getting it. One thing I do now is A1 if I'm replacing by 0. So this is 0, this is 0. This is 0 and this is 0. So I'm not getting any other relation any further. When I club this third equation, I am simply not able to deduce anything except for this data that A2 is equals to minus A3. But of course, I could crack that A1 is 0. I repeat, I could crack that A1 is 0, but A2 and A3 I'm not able to find. That means A2 and A3 can have infinitely many values. Let's say if A2 is 1, A3 will be, if A3 is 1, A2 will be minus 1. If A3 is 5, A2 will be minus 5 and so on. So there will be infinitely many possibilities. So it says that there exists a non-zero column matrix. I will say yes, there exists technically infinitely many I have an understanding column matrix A1, A2, A3 which are non-zero for which this is true. So if it says one such column matrix exists, it is definitely true. If such infinite matrix exists, then one definitely exists. So option B is definitely true. Everybody got this? Now let's check it for option C. It says mx is equals to 0 where 0 is the null matrix or null column matrix. Then it says the set mx where x is there for which this will be null. So let's try and find it out. How do I find it out? Let me just put it here. So what is this option saying? Option C says that there is a matrix x for which mx should be null matrix. I hope you got this. Now from here, m, what is m? M is this. So let me define x. X is of course a variable matrix. So variable matrix means what? There should be x, y and z, and this product should be equal to that null column matrix which is 0, 0, 0. Again, I'll be having those same kind of equations. Everyone getting this? So first equation will be x plus y plus z. So this will be x plus y plus z, which should be 0. The third will be 1, 0, 1, that is x plus z, that should be 0. Third gives you y as 0. I hope no confusion on that. And again, are you all not realizing? That's good, be smart guy. Again, I'm saying that y is 0. If I put y as 0 here, I get x plus z to be 0. So again, I'm getting infinitely many options. All I'm getting is that y to be 0. And the second conclusion is x is equals to minus z. X is equals to minus z. Which means here also, this is going to be true that yes, the set x exists where x belongs to the set of real numbers. XYZ, the small xyz are the real numbers where mx is 0. Yes, that's true. Option C is correct. Everybody got this? There are infinitely many xyz, small x, small y, small z, big, for which the capital X, this matrix exists, for which mx is equal to 0, which is null matrix. Now, shall we focus on option D? Now, let's focus on option D now. Pay attention to this part, students. We'll now be working on option D. I hope everybody is comfortable with whatever I've done so far. No confusion on that. Now, let me talk about option D. What is option D saying? Option D says the matrix m minus 2i is invertible. So, let's define m minus 2i. So, if I am willing to define m minus 2i, this is m. So, minus 2i is what I need to do. So, minus 2i. So, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 2. That is m minus 2i. Everybody getting that? So, if I define this, 1 minus 2, that's minus 1, 1 minus 0, 0, 1 minus 0, 0. Then 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0 is 1. Then you have 0 minus 2 minus 2. Then you have 1 minus 0, that is 1. Then 0 minus 0 is 0, 1 minus 0 is 1. And then you have 0 minus 2 is minus 2. That's your m minus 2i. Let me find the determinant of m minus 2i. That will do the whole job here. Because this will tell me whether it is invertible or not. Everybody got this? So from here, what do I get is minus 1. This is your minus 1 times this into this. So this is plus 4 minus 1. Plus 4 minus 1 is 3, which is non-zero, which means yes, it is invertible. Why? Because determinant of this is non-zero. Determinant of m minus 2i is non-zero. That means option B, C, D will be the correct answers here. Great, brilliant, perfect. So everybody understood this explanation. Shall I move ahead from here? All the participants. Okay, we'll be moving ahead from here with the next question, which I'm showing you to all on the screen. Try and do this by yourself. This is a question again from Matrices and determinants. And with this, I am taking a 5 minutes break. We'll be resuming at 1:30. So I am taking a break of 5 minutes possibly, and we'll resume this session at 1:30. But by the time I come back, I hope that you all must have done this question. You all must have done this question, right? Let's meet at 1:30. Let's see how many of you get this answer. Great. All right, shall we resume? I hope I'm clearly visible and audible to all the participants. Let's now solve this particular one. This is again a very good question. How do we solve this? Pay attention to this part. It says alpha, beta, gamma are real numbers. So alpha, beta, gamma are real numbers. Then the system of linear equations, this system of linear equations, all I'll ask you to do is one thing. Pay attention to this part. Coefficients of x, y, and z. Pay attention to that. Here on the right hand side, I'm not asking you to pay attention. Coefficient of x, y, z, which means 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, 9. If you just look at this, what does it mean? I am asking you to find delta. I hope you understand that delta, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 is what you find. And with that, you decide whether it will have unique solution, infinite solutions, or no solutions. So first of all, when it says that this system of equations is consistent, so what is the meaning of being consistent, students? Consistent has two meanings. Either it will have unique solution or it will have infinite solutions. Now you tell me what is the value of delta from here. I hope you are clearly realizing delta means what? This determinant. I hope you remember delta means what? The coefficients here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this value here is clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are in AP. And this delta is clearly 0. So if delta is 0, it cannot have a unique solution. So that possibility of unique gets eliminated. So if I wish to ensure that this system of equations is consistent, that can happen only when it is having infinite solutions. When it is having infinite solutions. Do you remember that? Do you all remember that? So these are three equations in x, y, and z, which means they are three planes. Yes, that's great. So if they are three planes, of course, they must be dependent on each other. What does it mean? If you pay attention to this part, let's say this is plane 1, this is plane 2, and this is plane 3. Do you not think that I should be getting plane 1 plus lambda times plane 2 as plane 3? Because for the infinite solutions, this is the condition which should be matched. Don't understand this, forget this. I am asking you to look for something else, totally else. What do I mean by that? Pay attention to this part. Can I not say that plane 2 minus plane 1, is equal to plane 3 minus plane 1? On the left hand side, it is absolutely equal. Why? Because pay attention to this. 4 minus 1, 3. 5 minus 2, 3. 6 minus 3, 3. 7 minus 4, 3, 8 minus 5, 3, 9 minus 6 is 3. So can I not, by observation only, say this, that P2 minus P1 is equals to P3 minus P2? Sorry, it should be P3 minus P2. I'm really sorry. Everybody getting this? So if I could think of this on the left hand side, can I not think of the same on the right hand side? If you are able to think of this, your job is done, your question is done, and you will get the final answer in the next very step. What do I mean by that? Pay attention to that interesting part here. P2 minus P1. So this difference here. So beta minus alpha. So on the left hand side, I'm having beta minus alpha. P3 minus P2. P3 minus P2 means what? This, which is gamma minus 1 minus beta. So this is gamma minus 1 minus beta. So that's the relationship you got to establish between alpha, beta, and gamma with the help of this simple observation only. You don't have to use this M at all. Trust me. If you are simply observant enough. This question may look a little tougher one, but by observing this part only, by noticing this part only, you can crack this question. How and why? Let's pay attention to that part. Here, all I'm going to say is, what is alpha? Let me rearrange it. So when I rearrange it, I'm taking everything on the other side. So alpha goes there, it becomes alpha. Beta, that is minus 2 beta plus gamma minus 1 is equal to 0. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this is what is true for alpha, beta, and gamma. Everybody got this part? Are we clear on that? All the participants. Now from here, when I move ahead, what do I see next? Pay attention to this part. Let P be the plane containing all these alpha, beta, gamma. So in a plane, can you explain it again? Which part I am? Which part? All I'm saying is that this system of equations was said to be consistent. From Kramer's rule, we know consistency means what? Either unique solution or infinite solutions. For unique solutions, delta should be non-zero. So delta, when I found the coefficients of x, y, z, this determinant was 0, which means it cannot have a unique solution. That means it will have infinite solutions. If it has infinite solutions, that means these equations must be dependent on each other, which means P1 plus lambda times P2 should be equal to mu times P3. This linear dependency come into picture. Do you remember that? Or if you even don't apply that logic, I'll say that are you not noticing that difference of P2 and P1 and difference of P2 and P3 is same on the left hand side? And if that is so, you don't have to find in lambda and mu, you don't have to work on that. You can directly by observation only say that the difference between P2 and P1 and P3 and P2 will be same on the right hand side as well. Deven Katarao, are you able to understand this? Deven Katarao, I think I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Did you all get that? So based on this conclusion, I'm able to derive or deduce a relationship between alpha, beta, and gamma. Everybody got that. Now, if I could establish this relationship, let me read the second part of this question. The second part says P be the plane containing all these alpha, beta, gamma. So alpha, beta, gamma is basically a coordinate or a point or a set of points which is lying in a plane, for which the above system of linear equations is consistent. Okay, so this alpha, beta, and gamma technically is a system of points or a family of points or a collection of points which is forming a plane. Indeed, it is forming a plane. Alpha is x, beta is y, gamma is z. So if I replace it by x, y, z, I will get x minus 2y, x minus 2y plus z minus 1 plus z minus 1 is equal to 0 as the equation of the plane. Did you all get that? This is that plane which contains all of those alpha, beta, and gamma, for which this system of equations will be consistent. Did you all understand this? Give me a quick thumbs up, all the participants who are watching it sincerely. Did you all get this part? That how do I write this equation of this plane like this from alpha, beta, and gamma? Now let me go ahead with this part. It says d is the square of the distance of this point 0, 1, 0 from this plane. Okay, so I think the question boils down to a simple fact that you need to find the distance of 0, 1, 0 from this plane. Is it not simple? Is it not easy? A simple question based on this property. So this is a question of matrices and determinants clubbed with vectors and 3D. Simple, sorted, straightforward question. I hope you all have gotten the clarity on this. So when I wish to find out the distance, I hope you remember it. Power of this point with respect to this plane. So 0 into 1 is 0, minus 2 into 1 is minus 2, plus 0 into 1 is 0, minus 1. Magnitude of it divided by under root over a square plus b square plus c square. So that is 1 plus 4 plus 1. This is the distance. But I am asked the square of this distance. So this distance I'm finding minus 2 minus 1, that is 3, divided by 4 plus 1 plus 1, that is 6. So this is root 6. But if I square it, they are asking you the square of it. The square of it, I hope you're getting it. So square of it will be what? 3 root 6. 3 by root 6 when squared, 9 by 6. And I hope it is nothing but 3 by 2. That's your final answer. Everybody understood this? That's good, Shana. That's good, Om Sai Ram. That's great, great. Good to have you all. Everybody understood this explanation. Was it not simple and easy? Now, this is exactly what I was mentioning, that questions may look lengthy, tough, or complicated, but they are easy. This checks your conceptual awareness. If you're conceptually strong, you could solve it within these 3-4 lines. And that's exactly what it was expecting. Let's solve this question from the chapter Hyperbola. Let's see how many of you are able to do this. This line is said to be the tangent here. Okay, Shana, I'm really sorry. Now from here, all I'll say is that, do you remember the condition for tangency? Let's say there is a straight line y is equals to mx plus c, and there is a hyperbola x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. In that case, what is the condition for tangency? It is given by a square m square minus b square is equals to c square. Do you remember that condition for tangency? Do you remember that, all the participants? That's exactly what I'll apply here, and I'll be solving this question with that. So here, if it is written as y is equals to 2x plus 1, so I think this is m, this is c, this is a, and this is b, or a square, b square. Everybody got that? So no worries, forget that. Now focus on this. Ignore that, focus on this. A square, M square. So A square I don't know. So A square is A square. What is M square? M square is 2 square, which is 4. Minus B square. What is B square? So B square is 16 is equal to C square. What is C square? C square is 1. So with that, I get A square as 16 plus 1, 17. So A square I get as 17 by 4, or A I'll be writing as root 17 by 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it correct in terms of calculation as well? Now what I do next is this part. Which of the following cannot be the sides of a right angled triangle? So I'll check it with one or two options, then you solve it by yourself. Okay. Don't worry about that, Shana. Now focus on this. I'll ask you to check it for any of the options. Let me check it for option A. Option A means A for 2. So it is root 17 by 2, 4 and 2. They're asking it to be checked for a right angle. So for right angle, Pythagoras should come into picture. Now, here, root 17 by 2, it is 17 by 4. This is 16 and this is 4. So sum of any two should be equal to the third or the largest one. So 17 by 4 is clearly somewhere close to 4. This is also close to 4. This is 16. I hope you're getting it. So I hope all you need to check is sum of these two is not equal to this. I don't think so, because this should have been 12 technically. So option A is incorrect. Similarly, can you not check it for other options? Can you not check it for other options? Will you do it by yourself? Let me do it for option B as well. Option A is incorrect. I hope you're getting it. Let me do it for option B. For option B, what is 2A? 2A will be root 17. So root 17, 8 and 1. I hope here you are clearly getting it. Root 17, 8 and 1. That means what? That means 17, 64 and 1. That's the square. The sum of any two is not equal to third, which means option B is also wrong. So in this manner, can you check or do it by yourself? I think option C will be the answer. Good black mystery. I'm glad you answered it. So did you all get this? Easy, simple, doable. It becomes easy, doable and simple if you remember these simple formulae. And I hope if you are writing JEE Advanced, you are aware of these basics. If you have forgotten these formulae, don't worry. I'll be conducting a dedicated specific session of mathematics for JEE Advanced aspirant, where I'll be making you revise all the formulae of mathematics very soon. A quick live marathon will conduct where we'll be revising all the formulae of mathematics. Don't worry about that. Now from here, very soon, you'll be notified about that. So don't worry about that. Let us solve the next question. Again, an interesting one, a very good one, a very insightful one. It says there is an ellipse which is equal to 1. Okay. Alpha comma 0, where alpha is between 0 to 2. Okay. So first of all, there is an ellipse, right? So let me quickly draw an ellipse. So there is an ellipse. This is that ellipse. Now what are we told? Standard ellipse, standard equation is also given. So there is a point H, a straight line drawn through H parallel to the y-axis. Okay, so let me quickly draw these x-axis and y-axis as well, because I would need them possibly. Let's say this is here is the y-axis and this here is, let's say, is the x-axis. I hope everyone is comfortable with that. Now what do we get next? A straight line drawn through H. H is alpha comma 0. So let's say this is H. This somewhere here is H alpha up. Now why am I saying this is H, or why am I taking H here? Let me talk about that as well. All I'm saying is that H is alpha comma 0. Alpha is between 0 to 2. I hope you are seeing 2 square and root 3 square. So I hope I need not tell you this part. This point here will be 2 comma 0 clearly. This point here will be minus 2 comma 0. This point here will be minus root 0 comma minus root 3, 0 comma plus root 3. So H will be between 0 to 2, which means H will be somewhere here only. Everybody got this? Now from here, I am told a straight line parallel to the y-axis is drawn through H. Okay, so a straight line parallel to parallel to the y-axis is drawn through H. So this is that straight line. Everybody comfortable with that? Now what do they say next? This line crosses the ellipse and its auxiliary circle. So the auxiliary circle of this ellipse has also come into picture. So let's talk about the auxiliary circle as well. So let me draw that auxiliary circle too. So that auxiliary circle could go somewhat like this. I hope you are comfortable and okay with this. So this is that auxiliary circle. Okay, Aditya, I totally get this. Thank you so much for that feedback. Now with this, this is your H. Everybody getting this? Now from here, all I'll simply say is that this H intersects this ellipse and hyperbola at these 2 points, crosses the ellipse and its auxiliary circle at point E and F. So ellipse at E, ellipse is intersected at E and auxiliary circle at F, right? Now, in the first quadrant, of course, it could have been in the fourth quadrant as well. The tangent to the ellipse at point E. So this at point E, I'm drawing a tangent here. Great. So I'm drawing a tangent here to this ellipse at point E. Great. So let's say it is drawn somewhat like this. Let me just rotate it a little so that it becomes somewhat like this. Let me rotate it a little more so that it looks like looks more like a tangent. So this is the tangent, right? They have told you that they are drawing a tangent to the ellipse at E and it intersects the x-axis at point G. So it is intersecting the x-axis at point G. So this point over here is G. Perfectly fine. Now what? Suppose the straight line joining F and the origin. F and the origin. Okay, so there is the straight line which I'm joining F with the origin. So that of course is your eccentric angle here they are trying to talk about. So this F when clubbed with origin, this angle here is defined as what? Alpha, sorry, phi. So this angle here is given as phi. So this is a very interesting fact here, because with this, I think the answer will be done. Trust me. This F will be A cos phi, comma A sin phi. But if I take it on E, of course, it will be A cos phi, comma A sin phi for this auxiliary circle. This is how we define it. But if I take it on this ellipse, the coordinates of E will be A cos phi, comma B sin phi. I hope there is no confusion on that. A and B are definitely 2 and root 3, which I'll replace later. I hope you're understanding that A is nothing but 2 and B is root 3. I hope you are not confused with that part. I am interested in one more thing. Can you help me? Can you help me with this tangent at G? So if I'm drawing a tangent at this point E, so with this, if I'm willing to write this equation of this tangent here, T is equal to 0, I'll use. So T is equal to 0 if I'm using, x x1. So x x1. So x x1, I hope you're remembering that. So it will be x x1 upon a square plus y y1 upon b square is equal to 0. Minus 1 is equals to 0. With this, what are x1 and y1? I hope you're understanding. X1 and y1 are a cos phi, b sin phi. So this is going to be x a cos phi. So this is your a square only. Technically, this is your a square only. So x into cos phi by 2 plus y into sin phi by root 3 is equal to 1, or minus 1 is equals to 0, whatever you wish to take it. Did you all get this, all the participants, or shall I repeat this part? Everyone, give me a quick update on this. X cos phi by 2, y sin phi by root 3 is equal to 1. What is it? This is the equation. This is the equation of this tangent EG. I hope no confusion on that. So this is the equation of that tangent EG. But I am more interested in finding this coordinate of G. How do I find that G? I'll be finding that G by putting y coordinate as 0, because it is intersecting this at x-axis. So if I put y as 0, of course, G's y coordinate will be 0. No doubt about that. But when I put y as 0, this whole becomes 0. So x becomes what? X becomes 2 by cos phi. 2 by cos phi means what? 2 sec phi. So this is 2 sec phi, comma 0. Everybody with me on this so far? I hope there is no confusion on whatever we have done. Then what I do next is, this particular part, pay attention to this. I think they are clearly in all the options interested in this triangle FGH area. So FGH. Okay. So this triangle's area is what we are now interested in, this triangle FGH. I hope you're comfortably getting this FGH. So this is your FGH. Can you all see that triangle? So with this, I think half base into height will do the justice. So this triangle's area will be given by half. What is base here? Pay attention to this. Can you help me with the coordinate of H? The H has alpha comma 0, but what is alpha? Alpha is A cos phi comma 0. So base means what? HG. What is HG? This minus this. Everybody comfortable with this? So with this, 2 sec phi minus A cos phi. So cos phi is what? A is 2. So this is 2 cos phi. So this will be 2 sec phi minus 2 cos phi into half base into height. What is height? Height is FH, which is A sin phi. A sin phi means what? A is again 2. So this should be 2 times sin phi. Everybody got this. Are you all there with me? Now the job is simple. The job is really easy. The triangle's area is given by half and this 2 is cancelled. That 2 stays outside to 2 times sine phi times sec phi minus cos phi is the area here. But the question is not done yet. The question is absolutely not done yet. Why? Because here, the challenge now you got to apply here is this. Let me take it to this part here. Now pay attention to this part here. Area of this triangle FGH when alpha varies. So let me solve it for one of the options. Let's say alpha means phi. Let's say phi is pi by 4. So if phi is pi by 4, for phi being pi by 4, what will be delta? I hope you can find delta very easily. 2 sine phi by pi by 4, which is 1 by root 2. So this is 2 by root 2. Everybody getting this? This is sec pi by 4, that is root 2. So this is root 2 minus again 1 by root 2. So by simplifying this, you get a value. You get a value and you check it for one of the options. Similarly, you put pi by 3, pi by 16 and pi by 12. So we all are very clearly aware of pi by 4. We all are clearly aware of pi by 3. We all are clearly aware of pi by 6. But are we aware of pi by 12? I hope you're understanding pi by 12 is nothing but what? This is 15 degree. For 15 degree, let's say you don't know the direct value. I hope you remember 15 degree can be taken as 45 minus 30. And through this, sin A minus B, cos A minus B, that formula you can use and work it out. Everybody understood this? How many of you were able to crack this question? How many of you were able to think of this question? How many of you could crack this, that sir, by simply drawing it in the most appropriate manner? This question can be done. Everyone understood this logic. Everyone understood this whole explanation. All the participants, give me a quick thumbs up, those who are watching it sincerely. Shall I move ahead with the next question from here? Shall we move towards the next question in that case? Let us solve the next question then. This is again a very simple, straightforward, absolutely doable question from parabola and circles. A very easy, a very straightforward question, which you can do in seconds if you are simply aware of the basics. Shall we start doing it together? Pay attention to this part here. The normal of this parabola drawn at end points of its lattice rectum are tangents to this circle, then the value of r square. Is it not absolutely easy, absolutely doable? So there, first of all, parabola. So this is your parabola, y square is equals to 4ax, where a is 1. I hope you are comfortably getting this. So this is your parabola, which has focus at a comma 0, which is 1 comma 0. So with this 1 comma 0, of course, its extremes of its lattice rectum are going to be, you put 1 here, which means 1 comma 4. Sorry, I'm really sorry. 1 comma 2 and 1 comma minus 2. I'm really sorry. You put x as 1. So yes, 1 comma 2 and 1 comma minus 2. Everybody got this? These are the end points of your lattice rectum. Now you're drawing the normal here. So before I wish to write the equation of the normal, you write it in the parametrical form or in the standard form. Or if you don't remember any of that, you quickly differentiate it. So it gives you 2y, y dash is equal to 4. So there I get y dash as 4 by 2y, which is 2 by y. Let's say I'm drawing the tangent here. So slope of that tangent will be, I'll replace this 2 here in this equation. So 2 by 2 is 1. So that slope of that tangent at which point 1 comma 2 is found to be 2 by 2, which is 1. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 by 2y, right? So that is 2 by y, 4 by 2y. And if I replace y by 2, it is 1. So with that, slope of the normal will be negative reciprocal of this. Everybody got this? All the participants, are we clear on that? With this, if I wish to write the equation of the normal, it will be y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equal to the slope, which is minus 1. Everyone getting this comfortably? All the participants. 2y is equals to, yes, great. So with this equation turns out as y minus 2 is equals to minus x plus 1. If I rearrange it, it is x plus y minus 1 is equals to 0. That's the equation of the normal here. Now we are told that this normal is behaving as a tangent here. That normal is behaving as a tangent here to this circle. So condition for tangency, or you can simply say that this circle has a center at 3 comma minus 2 and its distance, perpendicular distance from this line should be equal to that r. I hope you remember that. So that I'll apply here. So with that, Power of 3 comma minus 2 with respect to this line, 3 minus 2 minus 1, its magnitude divided by under root over a square plus b square, that is 2 or root 2 technically, should be r. And with this thing, I think we do have the answer. I think, am I making any mistake here? Because this is turning out to be 0. No. Yes, it is turning out to be 0. Am I making any mistake? Y square is equal to 4x. So if I differentiate it, 2y y dash is equal to 4. So y dash is received as 4 by 2y, which is 2 by y. So the slope of the tangent is 2 by 2, that is 1. Slope of the normal is minus 1. Slope of the normal is minus 1. So equation of the normal, y minus 2 upon x minus 1 as minus 1. So y minus 2 is minus x plus 1. So x plus y minus 1. So from 3 comma minus 2, right? 3 comma minus 2. It should be 3 minus 2 minus 1. Am I making any mistakes here? Anyone who's watching it online, do tell me, are we doing anything wrong here? I think this is absolutely correct. Drawn at the endpoints of the lateral rectum. So for ax, this is 1 comma 0. So if I put 1 here, this is 4. So y should be plus minus 2. So 1 comma 2 and 1 comma minus 2. Then we are drawing a normal here at 1 comma 2. Did I make any mistakes here? Anyone? Let me do it one more time. Although I'm sure that we did not make any mistakes, but let me do it one more time so that it can be checked. Although there is no mistake here, we have checked the answer thoroughly or completely, but let's do it one more time, okay, so that it can be checked. I think in that case, if we don't get the final answer, there could be something wrong with the data, but let's quickly solve this. So first of all, there is this parabola y square is equal to 4x. This is y square is equal to 4 into 1 into x. This is your focus, 1 comma 0, standard parabola. So with this focus, of course, here you get this lattice rectum. So if this is 1 comma 0, 1 you put here. So 4 into 1, that is 4. So you get 2n minus 2. So 1 comma 2 and 1 comma minus 2 are the ends of the lattice rectum. Everyone aware of this? Then what I do is I write the equation of the normal. So equation of the normal, if I wish to write, before that, drawn at the endpoints of its lattice. So this is where I'm drawing the normal here. I hope you're getting it. So this normal is what I'm interested in. You can find the normal here as well, anywhere, wherever you wish to find. So let's say I'm finding the normal here at 1 comma 2, right? So first of all, let me differentiate it. So it is 2 y dash is equal to 4. So y dash we receive as 4 by 2y, that is 2 by y. So y should be replaced by 2. So y dash I receive as 1. Getting it, everyone? All the participants. Let's say instead of 1 comma 2, let me do it at 1 comma minus 2, because in that case radius was turning out to be 0. If I do it here for this value, so I'll be putting y as minus 2. So if I do it here, the normal, if I'm drawing here, in that case, what will I be getting? I'll be getting this y, I'll be replacing by minus 2. So if I'm replacing this y by minus 2, y dash I receive as minus 1. That's the slope of the tangent. So with that, slope of the normal will be 1, the negative reciprocal of it. With that, equation of the normal will be y minus minus 2, that is y plus 2 upon x minus 1 is equal to slope, which is 1. So with that, y plus 2 is equal to x minus 1. So it is x minus y. 2 is brought here. It becomes minus 3 is equal to 0. X minus y minus 3 is equal to 0. Getting it, everyone? Now with this, when I finally move ahead with what? With this, again, I think there will be problem, because this circle has a center at 3 comma minus 2. This circle has a center at 3 comma minus 2. So from 3 comma minus 2, if I find the perpendicular distance, 3 is 3, minus of minus 2 is plus 2, minus 3 divided by under root a square plus b square. So 1 plus 1 is 2. This should be the radius. And with this, 2 by root 2. 2 by root 2 is root 2. So r should be root 2. So this end was not behaving as a tangent here, normal drawn to this, but normal drawn at this end was behaving as a tangent here. That gives you the answer. I hope everybody understood this. If I was using this particular end, in that case, we were getting the radius as 0. So I hope you get this. R square will be 2. Everybody understood this? Very easy, straightforward, and absolutely doable question from here. Let us solve the next question here. Let's focus on this question. What does it say? I hope you all are listening, watching, and understanding this. Let the straight line y is equals to 2x touch a circle with center 0 comma alpha. 0 comma alpha means y-axis. And this is touching it, which is of course passing through origin. Then and radius r at point A1. Let B1 be the point. Okay, we'll talk about that other data, but let me try and draw this. So first of all, there is a circle. There is a circle, and this circle has a tangent. This circle has a tangent, which is nothing but the line y is equals to 2x, right? So y minus 2x, or I'll rather say 2x minus y is equal to 0. That's the tangent here. And this circle has a center 0 comma alpha. Alpha is positive, great. So this circle has a center 0 comma alpha, great. Now, what am I told? Radius r at point A1. So this is touching this circle at A1. So let me draw a diameter here, and this of course is going to be the point of contact in that case, and this point over here is your point A1. Everybody got this? On the circle such that line segment A1 B1 is the diameter, of course, great. So this point here should be B1. Now what am I told next? Alpha plus r is 5 root 5. Okay, let me forget this alpha plus r, which is 5 root 5. Let me work on one simple observation here. I hope you all are paying attention, that the perpendicular distance of this line from 0 comma alpha should be equal to its radius. So from there, can I not say that radius will be 0 into 2, that's 0, plus alpha into minus 1, that's minus alpha, its magnitude divided by under root a square plus b square. So 2 square is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, so this is root 5. Alpha we are told is positive, so mod of minus alpha will be alpha. So from here I can crack alpha is r times root 5, because alpha minus alpha's magnitude will be alpha, because alpha is positive. So I can directly remove this mod like this. So alpha is r root 5. We are told alpha plus r. Alpha is r root 5. So this is r root 5 plus r is 5 plus root 5. Everybody getting this? From 5 plus root 5, if I take root 5 common, this will be root 5 plus 1. This will be root 5 plus 1. Everybody getting this? And there if I take r common, this also will be root 5 plus 1. So r we receive as root 5. So radius we have cracked so far. Radius of this circle turns out as root 5. So r we have cracked as root 5. So radius of this circle is root 5, and with that alpha will be root 5 into 5, that is 5. So I think we have the entire circle. Why? Because alpha is 5, which means this circle's center is at 0 comma 5, and this circle is having radius as root 5. Now what do I need? Let me read the question now. As per the question, I think I need to crack alpha, I need to crack r, that we have already cracked. Everybody getting this? We have already cracked alpha and r. Now let's talk about A1 and B1. How do we crack A1 and B1, students? Can you help me with that? Is it not easy? Why? Because the image of 0 comma alpha on this line will be A1. So let's say the coordinates of A1 are h comma k. So how do we find the image? H minus 0 upon 2 is equal to k minus alpha. What is alpha? 5 upon minus 1 should be equal to, I'm not finding image, I'm really sorry, I'm finding the feet here. So with this feet, it should be minus of power of this point with respect to this line, which is 0 into 2, that is 0, 5 into minus 1, that is minus 5, divided by a square plus b square. So 4 plus 1, that is 5. So from here, I think it's easy to find h and k. By simply having this 5 and 5 are cancelled, this is minus 1, minus 1 is plus 1. So this turns out as plus 1. So from here, h we receive as 2 and k we receive as minus 1 plus 5, that is 4. So this is 2 comma 4. So this is found as 2 comma 4. Now since it is the midpoint, can we not find B1? No, it's not long. It's simply easy and doable. You just need to look for the right approach here. So double of 0 is 0 minus 2, that is minus 2. Double of 5 is 10, 10 minus 4 is 6, so it is minus 2 comma 6. From coordinate geometry, they know that you know all the formulae. It's easy to solve coordinate geometry based questions. So how do they make it tough? They cannot make it tough. They can make it simply lengthy only. So when you look at the questions from ellipse, when you look at the questions from parabola, or when you look at the questions from hyperbola, what you will be noticing is that they'll be introducing a lot of length. So they always ask you to introduce a lot of length. In this question also, I hope we have cracked A1, we have cracked B1, we have cracked alpha, we have cracked R. You can mark the correct options by yourself. Let's focus on this question now. Again, an easy one, a simple one, and an absolutely doable one. A question from, of course, your sets and relations. So a simple question on sets. How do we work it out? Let's start solving it. First of all, when I notice it, I can see 3 sets coming into picture. So there will be a combination of 3 sets, right? So first set then you have second set, and there you have the third set, right? And of course, there is a universal set. So let's say this is that universal set. Everyone getting this comfortably? Now let's start building the data. In a study about a pandemic on 900 people, so total there are how many people? There are total 900 people here. Everybody getting this? All the participants. It was found that 190 fever, cough, and breathing. So there are three problems. First problem is fever, second is cough, and third is breathing. I hope no confusion on that. So fever, how many people are suffering from fever? 190. So this entire circle is taken by 190 people. Then cough is taken by 220. So this data is reserved for 220 people. And this breathing is reserved for again 220. So this is also representing these 220 people. Everybody got this data? Okay, great, great, great. That's brilliant. Okay, great. Lovely. That's brilliant. Ari Varasu, I'm glad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great. I'm glad that you scored really well. Great. Now, if I talk about this, 330% had symptoms of fever or cough or both. What does it mean? Union of fever or cough. So this is union of fever or cough, which means this fever or cough, this entire data, this entire circle of fever and this entire circle of cough is belonged by 330. This is not 330, which is the intersection. This 330 is this, and this. I hope you're getting it, all the participants. So then 350 is cough or breathing. Cough or breathing means what? Cough or breathing means this. So this data is taken by 350 people, this and this both. This 330 is taken by this and this circle. I hope it's not confusing anymore. And then the next data, 340 people have symptom of fever or breathing or both. So fever or breathing is taken by 340. So fever or breathing, that means this is that 340, which is taken by this and this circle. I hope no confusion so far. 30 people have all the three symptoms, all the three, which means this part is reserved by these 30 people. I hope no confusion on that. Now, we'll talk about the data later, but I think I need to work out some certain values which we need to figure out here. So if I start working on the data, I hope you understand that fever plus cough plus fever intersection cough, I'm really sorry, minus fever intersection cough will be fever union cough. This formula, if you are keeping in mind, you will be done with this question very soon. Pay attention to this. What is fever? Sir, that is 190. What is cough? Sir, cough is 220. What is fever intersection cough? That I don't know. But if I subtract fever union cough is 330. I'll get fever intersection cough. So simple logic is add this and subtract this, you will get this. Are you getting it? So with this, 190 is, let's say, approximately 200. 200 plus 220 is 420. 420 minus 10 is 4110. 4110 minus 330. 4110 minus 330 is how much? I think 80. So this whole is 80. Out of this, which is 30, so this should be 50. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this logic, or shall I re-explain this? With this, now let's talk about this data. I repeat, 220 plus 190 minus 340. So 220 plus 190 minus 340 will be this intersection. So 220 plus 190 minus 340 will be 70. Because this was 80, so 340 will give me 70. So from 70, this is already 30, so this should be 40. Did you all get that calculation, or shall I repeat that part? All the participants. Now let's talk about this particular region. This means what? Here, 220 plus 220 minus 350. So this is 440. This is 440 minus 350. How much is that? 50 and 60. 1110. Correct me if I'm wrong. 60. I'm really sorry. 50 and 40. I'm really sorry. So 50 and 40 is how much? 90. From 90, this is already 30. So this should be 60. Everybody got this part. Everybody understood this part. All the participants. Are we clear on that? Now from here, what I do next is, the next conclusion which I'm bringing here in picture is these values, because that will help me in final conclusion. This whole value is 190. This whole circle is 190. Out of which 50 plus 40 is 90 plus 30 is what? 120. So 190 minus 120, how much is that? Because we'll need this data. So 80 plus 40 is 120. 190 minus 120 is clearly 70. 70, right? 220. So 50 plus 30 is 80. 80 plus 60 is 140. So 22 minus 14, how much is that? I think 8. So that gives you 80 here. Then here, this is 220. 60 plus 40, 100, 130, 220 minus 130, that I think is 90. Now give me one more thing, one final thing. One final thing. Yes, it is not there. Idea. With this whole is 220. I'm taking the union. I'm taking the union of F, C and B. I'm taking the union of F, C and B, right? So when I do that, this entire B is 220. This entire B is 220. With this, I'm left with 80, 50 and 70. So with this, I'm left with 80, 50 and 70. Correct me if I'm wrong. I hope you are getting this. So 220 plus 80, how much is that? 220 plus 80 is clearly 300. 300 plus 20, sorry, 120. 300 plus 120 is 420. So this whole is 420, which means out of 900 people, 420 are facing diseases, which means the remaining, which means what? 80 and 4. So 480 people are absolutely fine. 480 people are out of this. Now let's focus on the problem. So far we have calculated the data. Now let's go back to the question. One person is chosen randomly from, so this was a question on sets and probability mixed. One person is chosen randomly from these 900 people. Then the probability that the person has at most one symptom. At most one symptom. At most means what? Zero symptoms is also fine, because at most one symptom is what? People with exactly zero symptoms are 480. Everybody getting this? I hope no confusion on that. I hope there is no confusion on that, whatever I'm saying so far. Plus people with exactly one symptom. So people with exactly one symptom are 70, 80 and 90. So this is 70 plus 80 plus 90. This is the number of people who have at most one symptom divided by total number of people, which are 900. Can you do that calculation by yourself and mark the correct option? I hope everybody has understood the entire solution. This entire question which we did, this entire solution, rather this entire PDF you can have on your phone in WhatsApp if you are following our WhatsApp channel. The link to our WhatsApp channel is given in the description. Once the session gets over, this entire PDF of all these questions along with their solutions will be provided to you on our WhatsApp channel. Then anyone who is preparing for JEE Advanced and understands English can watch this. So this is totally up to you. Can I move ahead from here? Let us solve the next question. Again, an interesting one and a good one, a brilliant one. How do we solve this one? Pay attention to this part. Here. R square is R cross R, of course. It denotes this ABC. This is a triplet where ABC all are real. This is given to be positive. AX square plus 2BXY plus CY square. Okay. So I am told AX square plus 2BXY plus CY square is said to be positive. And this is said to be positive for all xy, for all xy which are real except for this pair which is 0, 0. Except for this pair which is 0, 0, right? This pair is excluded. Okay, perfectly fine. Now, from here, pay attention to this part, all the participants, pay attention to this part. Here, I'm going to tell you a simple data that if this is said to be greater than 0, can I divide it by y square on both the sides? So it will be a x by y whole square plus 2b x by y plus c greater than 0. This is true for all the xy which are real technically. Now, pay attention to this part. A quadratic in x upon y. So the variable here is not x, neither y, but the variable here is x upon y. So quadratic in x upon y is said to be positive for all x and y which are real. Technically, it is like that only, except for 0, 0, that it cannot be because 0 by 0 is not defined. 0 by 0 is indeterminate. So with that, all I'll say is that if this quadratic where a could be anything, I'll talk about that a later, but this quadratic is said to be positive. If a quadratic is said to be positive, I'll say it will be an upward facing parabola where the coefficient of this x by y square should be positive and its discriminant should be negative. I hope you are getting it, everyone. Now with this, discriminant means what? B square, which is 4b square minus 4ac. This should be negative. So 4 and 4 is there, which means b square minus ac should be negative. That's the conclusion we are bringing in picture here. Everybody got this. Based on the data they have given, can we not conclude that b square minus ac will be negative? All the participants got this. Now with this, when I get back to the question, what am I told here? What am I told here? Which of the following statements is true or false? So let me go ahead with option 1, 2, 7 by 2, comma 6. The conclusion which we have brought here is that A will be positive. The conclusion which we have brought here is A will be positive. And the second conclusion is B square minus AC will be negative. And B square minus AC will be negative. B square minus AC will be negative. Yes, these are the two conclusions. So now let me talk about this. A is positive. So B square minus AC. So for option A, if I wish to check whether it belongs to that set or not. So B square is what? 7 by 2. That is 49 by 4 minus A into C. So 6 into 2 is 12. Is it less than 0? Is it less than 0? I don't think so, because 48 upon 4 is 12. So this is just slightly greater than 12. So 12 minus 2 is positive. So this is false, which means option A cannot be that triplet which will fall under that set S. Everybody understood that explanation? Shall we talk about, I think there is some typing error. This should be option B. Now let's talk about option B now. What is option B? 3B 1 by 12. Then they are saying that this will be true. Okay, let's talk about that. A is positive, great. B square minus AC. So B square minus AC. What is AC? 1 by 12 into 3. So this is 3 by 12. Should be less than 0. What is, it's not 3 by 12. It's not 3 by 14. It's 3 by 12. So 3 by 12 is what? 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 when goes to the other side, it is B square less than 1 by 4. 4 is positive. I can bring it here like this. That means 2B whole square is less than 1. This is the conclusion I'm receiving. Can I not say if 2B square is less than 1, that can be written as mod 2B less than 1? I hope you are getting it. X square is less than A square, then X lies between minus A to A, or mod X is less than A. That's exactly what we have used here. All the participants, did you all get that? Can I move ahead from here? Everybody. So I think option B is absolutely correct. Now let's talk about option C. For any given triplet ABC which belongs to this set S, the system of linear equations, so this is not just a question on sets. This is a question of theory of equations. This is a question of matrices and determinants. And maybe with option D, we could explore something else as well. But right now with option C, let me talk about this part here. System of equation has a unique solution. So for unique solution, I hope you understand, delta should not be 0. Everybody. So with that, delta is not 0 means what? I hope delta, you know, how do we find delta? A, B and B, C. This is the delta. So what is delta? B square minus AC or AC minus B square? So this is AC minus B square. So we knew B square minus AC is greater than less than 0. So AC minus B square will be positive. That means it is not equal to 0. So yes, delta is not equal to 0. That means it has a unique solution. Option C is absolutely correct. Everybody got that explanation. Now can we talk about option D? Focus on option D now. For any given triplet ABC which belongs to this set S, the system of linear equation has a unique solution. So again, delta I'll find. So delta means what? A plus 1 into C plus 1. A plus 1 into C plus 1 minus B into B, that is B square. This is what I need to work upon. I'm getting it, everyone. Now with this when simplified gives you what? This gives you AC. This minus B square I'm clubbing with this. Then you have A plus C. Then you have plus A and plus C. This is what I'm trying to work upon. Pay attention to this part. I am told that B square is less than AC. What is B square? A perfect square. So I am hoping that you understand that B square will be greater than 0. B square will be greater than equal to 0, which is eventually less than AC. So can I not conclude that AC will be positive? AC will be positive. I already knew that A is positive. So if A is positive, C is also positive because the product is positive. So pay attention to this part. A is positive, C is positive. So both are positive. And AC minus B square is also positive because B square minus AC is negative. So AC minus B square is also positive. So positive plus positive is something positive. That means this delta here is also not 0. So if this delta here is something positive, which is not 0, which means this also has a unique solution. So 3 options are correct: option B, C, and D. A good question, a decently good question. Everybody understood the whole explanation, or shall I repeat that? A simple, decent, and a good question, I'll say. It uses a lot of concepts: sets, theory of equations, inequalities, of course, matrices and determinants. A lot of chapters are directly used here. Shall I move to the next question with that? Let us solve the next question. A very decent, a very straightforward, simple question. Let me make a simple correction here. This should not be tan theta. It should be cot theta here. Let me do it in a more appropriate manner here. This is cot theta to the power cot theta. By the time I'm correcting it, you try and tell me the answer to this question. Pay attention to the only thing here is this, that when theta is from 0 to pi by 4, tan theta and cot theta we are given. So can you help me with tan theta, students? When theta is from 0 to pi by 4, we know tan theta will be from 0 to 1. And what about cot theta? Sir, cot theta is reciprocal of it. So all the values between 0 to 1, if I'm taking their reciprocal, they'll be from 1 to infinity. So can I not say cot theta will be greater than 1? And of course, it will go till infinity, which I need not write, but still, if you want, you can write it like this. Everybody got this, or shall I re-explain that part? All the participants. Everybody with me on this. Now let's focus on few pointers here. I am saying that it is either 10 to the power tan theta, 10 to the power cot, cot to the power 10, or cot to the power cot. Now we know something which lies between 0 to 1, if it is raised to higher powers, we get lesser values. Something lies between 0 to 1 is raised to lesser powers, it is greater. Some basic observations I'm talking about. Something greater than 1, if it is raised to higher powers, you get a greater value. If something greater than 1 is raised to lesser powers, it is lesser. Is my language understandable, all the participants? Did you all get my statement? Everybody. Shall I move ahead from here? And if you apply that simple observation, you could crack this question within seconds with simple idea here. What is that here? I'll say, look at the options, or even if you don't look at the option, first of all, I'll, without any hesitation, will go ahead with this, that T4 will be the greatest. Why am I saying this? Pay attention to this part. Cot theta is greater than 1. So this base is greater than 1. Although the base is greater than 1 here as well, but the power is less than 1. There with the T1 and T2, the base is less than 1. So if this base is less than 1, these values will be lesser. So T2 and T1 will be lesser. So first of all, T4 is going to be the greatest. Did you all get this? And T4 is going to be greatest, which is given in option B only. With that, I need not check for all the other options. I will go ahead with option B. Did you all get this, or shall I re-explain this part? All the participants. Everybody understood that? I need not go ahead with this or this. I could simply check it this and I could crack it. Now, from here, let me move towards the next question. This again comes with a good question, a decent question, and a very insightful question. Will give you a lot of insights on trigonometry. So this is a question on trigonometric equations, which is again a very insightful and a good question. We'll talk about all of this. Stay patient, have patience, and everything will be sorted. Just look at this with utmost sincerity and integrity and focus and attention. Pay attention to every single thing which we'll be doing here. This is f of x, this is g of x. Defined for x being positive. Okay, no worries on that. Defined for x being positive. Great. So first of all, there is this capital X for which fx is 0. So let me begin with this capital X for which fx is 0. What is f of x? Sir, f of x was sine pi cos x. So sine of pi cos x is said to be 0. Sine of pi cos x is said to be 0. So if sine of pi cos x is said to be 0, what does it mean? Sir, sine is 0 at all the multiples of pi. So this angle here, pi cos x, will be equal to n pi. I hope no confusion on that, where n is a number, natural number, or a integer. Pi and pi are cancelled, so cos x is going to be n, where we know that n is an integer. But we know cos x cannot be any integer, it will be either -1, 0 or 1. So there I'll say that cos x, instead of calling it n, I'll be calling it either -1, 0 or 1. Everybody getting this conclusion? So when do you see cos x to be -1, 0 and 1? Sir, at the multiples of pi by 2. It is either 0 or 1 or minus 1. Do you all recognize that? So with that, will I not say my final conclusion that x will be any multiple of pi by 2, where n is again an integer. So with this, I could crack the set capital X. What is going to be the set capital X? I hope you're getting it. Capital X set is going to be any multiples of pi by 2. Any multiples of pi by 2. I hope you're understanding. Pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, and so on. So this is how we have cracked capital X. Everybody got decent clarity on that. Can we now talk about the set capital Y? Now, capital Y is the next set where f dash x is 0. I'll come to that part, but shall I talk about this set Z first? Then I'll come about f dash x and g dash x later. But let's talk about this gx. What is gx? Cos 2 pi sin x. This gx is cos of 2 pi sin x. And this gx should be 0. This gx should be 0 for the set Z. Everyone getting this? So there, cos of anything is 0 at all the odd multiples of pi by 2, which means this angle here, 2 pi times sin x, should be an odd multiple, 2n plus 1 by 2, sorry. Yes, 1 by 2 will also be there because a pi by 2 can be written like this. Did you all get this part, or shall I re-explain this? All the participants. With that, are you all not noticing that, sir, this pi and this pi are cancelled? So sin x we receive as 2n plus 1 by 4, where we know that n is an integer. But again, when I start putting different values of n, what do I get? When I put n as 0, so this is 1 by 4. Yes, 1 by 4 is an acceptable value. When I put n as 1, this is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is also an acceptable value. When I put n as 2, 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 by 4, not an acceptable value. If I put n as minus 1, minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1 by 4. So minus 1 by 4 is also an acceptable value. If I put n as minus 2, minus 4 plus 1, that is minus 3 by 4. So that is also an acceptable value. So 4 values of sin x I'm getting here. Of course, we don't know the standard angles of 1 by 4 and 3 by 4, or minus 1 by 4 and minus 1 3 by 4. So I'll be using that inverse trigonometric functions property here. So can I not say that 3 by 4 and minus 3 by 4 can be clubbed together? 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4 can be clubbed together. With that, I hope you're understanding x here could be either, I hope no confusion on that, general result I'm writing. So n pi plus minus 1 to the power n alpha, if sin theta is equals to sin alpha, do you remember that formula? So with that, n pi is there, plus minus 1 to the power n. So it will be either 3 by 4 or minus 3 by 4, or 1 by 4 or minus 1 by 4. So minus 1 to the power n I can replace, and I can introduce a plus minus over here. How many of you get this? If I use a 3 by 4, it will be something. If I use minus 3 by 4, it will be something. So this 3 by 4 and minus 3 by 4, I'm clubbing in one solution. So that will be sine inverse of 3 by 4. That is one of the solutions. Everybody got this? Why did I not introduce minus 1 to the power n here? Because two answers I'm clubbing. One answer will be n pi plus minus 1 to the power n sine inverse 3 by 4. Other answer will be n pi plus minus 1 to the power n sine inverse of minus 3 by 4. So those two answers I can merge with this plus minus sign, and I need not append a minus 1 to the power n over here. Everybody getting that? All the participants. All the participants, give me a quick thumbs up. Everybody got this? Similarly, the other value, x is not just this. Minus 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 is also there. So with that, n pi plus minus sine inverse of 1 by 4 will also be there. Did you all understand this part? All the participants. Great. So this is the set Z. This is your set X. This here is your set Z. I hope you're getting it. I hope you're getting it. And now you all need to do is simply put the different values of n here and here. So this is how you define set X. This is how you define set Z. Shall I move ahead from here if you have gotten a decent clarity on set Z? Great. Now, I'll get back to this. Now let's talk about set Y and set W. So instead of defining both and solving it further, I'll take one of these and conclude it. Let me go ahead with this f dash x, right? So f dash x being 0 is your set Y. What is fx? Sir, sine pi cos x. This is sine of pi cos x. This is your fx. So to find the set Y, let me find f dash x. what will it be? As per the chain rule, it will be cos of pi cos x times, when you differentiate pi cos x, pi stays outside. I hope you're comfortably getting it. The derivative of cos x is minus sin x. So let me append a minus as well here. I hope you're comfortable with that. And this becomes minus of sin x. Comfortable with this data, everyone, all the participants? And they are asking you that where do you see this f dash x to be 0? So this f dash x needs to be 0. Okay, so let's try and find that out. So this will be 0 when either this is 0 or this is 0. So for this, I get sin x is equal to 0. I think that is absolutely easy because sin x becomes 0 at all the multiples of pi. So there n can be any integer where x is n pi. 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, minus 2 pi, all of these values. But along with this, I get one more answer or one more range of answers, which is this: when cos of pi cos x is 0. Now from here, what I know is, sir, cos of something is 0 at all the odd multiples of pi by 2. So this pi cos x should be 2n plus 1 or minus 1 times pi by 2. Everybody getting that comfortably, all the participants? With that, again, I'll be using the same logic which I have applied in the set Z. Do you remember that? This pi and this pi are nullified. Cos x we receive as 2n plus 1 by 2. I think I'm right. Yes, we are great. So with this, I'll put different values of n, where I hope you're understanding n can be any integer. With that, cos x will receive as, when I try n as 0, it will be 1 by 2, which is an acceptable value. When I try n as 1, it is 3 by 2, not an acceptable value. When I take n as minus 1, it will be minus 1 by 2, that is also an acceptable value. When I take n as minus 2, that is again not an acceptable value. So two values of cos x we are receiving here, 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So from here also you can write the general solution. I hope you know how to do that. So I'm skipping that part, and I'm skipping one more part, that how do you find w? Can you do that by yourself? I have told you the entire approach now. I hope you must have gotten clarity that how will you find set x, set z and set y. In the similar fashion, can you not find set w? And once you have found the set w, you can write the final answer by yourself. Everybody with me on this so far? I hope there is no confusion on that. And I hope you remember that this advanced marathon session we are conducting for you all, you can have this entire PDF of all these questions at your fingertips on WhatsApp by just following our WhatsApp channel. So the WhatsApp channel link is given in the description. If you follow it, you'll find all these questions there. Now let's focus on this question asked by JEE Advanced in 2025. This is the set of real numbers. This is expanded in this manner. We know the binomial expansion will be used here. For every real number x, a, r be the largest among them. So technically, AR means what? The coefficient. So they are asking you the largest coefficient, which means the largest term, because x to the power 1, 2, 3 will keep on varying. I hope you're understanding it. So x doesn't matter for me. AI means what? The largest term. So instead of solving it like this, let me introduce the concept first of all. Do you remember that we have been talking about this, that let's say if you are solving a plus x to the power n, and if you are asked the largest or the greatest term, I hope you remember there is a shortcut, there is a short formula there. What is that short formula here, students? That short technique here is really simple. What does it say? First of all, we take a common from this. So when you take a common from this, when you take a common from this, this becomes 1 plus x by a whole raised to the power n. And whatever greatest term you will find in this expansion, that will be the greatest term in this expansion, in its expansion. I hope it is understandable. So with that, we know the short formula here that we find m. How do we define m? M is given by mod x by a times n plus 1 divided by mod x by a plus 1. Or I could rewrite in a better format if I divide both numerator and denominator by mod x by a. Mod x by a, if I take common, so numerator looks like n plus 1 divided by mod x by a. Mod x by a is 1. This is 1 upon mod x by a, which I can write as 1 plus mod a by x. Green tea. Green tea. Just give me a second, students. Both there hogi kya? Okay, so with this, I hope you remember this short technique, everyone, all the participants. Now there, I will be applying the same logic here in this question, which was asked by JEE Advanced in 2025. But here you need to understand, I am not concerned about x. I can directly replace x by 1 and I can solve it in that manner. If you didn't get that part, I'll replace it that this is 1 plus x upon a. What is a? A is 5 by 2 whole raised to the power 23. So in this expansion, if I'm looking for the greatest term, which means when x becomes 1, I can find the greatest term, because this xi vanishes. Ai is what? The terms, and this greatest value of ai will be the greatest term when x is 1. Did you all understand the logic first of all, or shall I re-explain this? So this is 1 upon x upon a, 1 plus x upon a to the power n, where I need to find the greatest term. It is as simple as that. All the participants understood that explanation? Give me a quick update on that. So from here, if I apply that logic, if I go ahead with this, what will I have? I hope you are clearly understanding this. So if I take x as 1, so the greatest term I need to find when x is 1. I hope you understood the logic. M is what I need to find. And once we have found m, there are two choices. M will either be an integer or m will not be an integer. So if m is an integer, we remember m and m plus 1th term are our greatest term, which means the greatest term. But if m is not an integer, we find GIF of m, and GIF of m plus 1th term is our greatest term. Do you remember that whole logic, the entire shortcut? So that logic I'm going to apply here. M is what? M is going to be n plus 1. I hope you remember that formula, the final version of it, n plus 1 upon 1 plus mod a upon x. So there, I'm really sorry. There it is, n plus 1. N plus 1 means what? 23 plus 1, that is 24, divided by 1 plus mod a upon x. What is a? Sir, a is 5 by 2 upon x. X we have already taken as 1. So it is 5 by 2 here. Did you all get that? So this is 7 by 2. 2 goes up. So it is 48 by 7. We know 49 by 7 is 7. So it is somewhere is 6 point something. 6 point something means what? It is not an integer. So GIF of m will be 6. So my greatest term will be Tm plus 1, which is T7, which is T6 plus 1. They asked you what? AR be the largest among those numbers. The value of R is AR be the largest. So I hope no confusion on whatever we have done so far. I think now you can find AR as well if you need to find it out. But of course, X is there, which is missing us. But here you know finally the value of R. AR is the largest, which means R will be 6. Everybody got this? Because A0, A1, A2, A3, it will go like that. So 6th term, I mean 7th term, but with A6 will be the largest. So R will be 6. How many of you got this before me? All the participants. Do tell me. Was it not absolutely easy or doable? Could you not do it in 3 steps if you were aware of this short technique? And all of these short techniques, all of these formulae of mathematics, for JEE Advanced, I'll be bringing in one live marathon, a quick revision marathon before your JEE Advanced on this channel, PWJ English only, very soon. So I hope you are staying tuned to this channel where we are bringing a lot of stuff and content for JEE Advanced preparation as well. One mock marathon also will conduct where we'll be making through a complete mock test as well. And I personally will be conducting a one complete formula revision session of entire mathematics in a very quick manner. Let's focus on this question asked by JEE Advanced in 2009. What does it say? It says sum of first n terms of an AP is Cn square. So if sum of first n terms of an AP is Cn square, sum of first n minus 1 terms will be C, n minus 1 whole square. So if I wish to find nth term, I'll say sum of n terms. If I subtract sum of n minus terms, I'll get the nth term. Everybody getting that? So here, nth term will be Cn square minus C times n minus 1 square, that is n square plus 1 minus 2n. Correct me if I'm wrong. Cn square vanishes. So with this, what do I get? I get minus C plus 2nc. So 2cn minus c is what I get. Everybody give me a quick confirmation on that. Are we going great? Are we correct with this? This is the nth term, right? Now what are we asked? Sum of the squares of these n terms. Sum of the squares of these n terms. So this is nth term. The square of this nth term. The square of this nth term will be c. I'm taking common. So this is 2n minus 1 whole square. So this becomes c square times 4n square plus 1 minus 4n. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now this is how you're defining the nth term of that sequence. Now with this, the new summation here of these squares of these terms will be summation on this. So c square stays outside. Summation if you apply on 4n square, this is 4 summation n square. Then summation if you apply on 1, this is summation on 1 minus 4 again stays outside. You apply summation on n. Do you not know how to expand it? Do you all not know how to expand it if you are a JEE Advanced aspirant? I hope you all are pretty comfortable with this conclusion, where what will you do? You simply go ahead with this. Hold on for a while, students. Give me a moment. I'll be writing that final conclusion as well so that you get the final answer. So how do we write it? C square stays outside. So this 4 summation n square is n plus 1 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. This is summation 1, which we all know is n, minus summation n, which is n plus 1 divided by 2. Everybody got this? Now it's simply a matter of simplifying this. I am not doing it. You do it by yourself and match it with the correct option. Did you all understand the whole solution, or shall I re-explain that part? All the participants, give me a quick update on this. I hope we are going great so far. No confusion on whatever we have done. Everybody with me on this. Now, this clearly was a question, a standard decent question on sequence and series, and such questions are asked by JEE Advanced. You got to crack those questions with simple logic and understanding. Here comes the next question. This is a question from PNC, a simple question, an absolutely doable question. Let's see how many of you crack it. Let's see how many of you crack it. Let's give you 60 seconds to solve this. So this is a question which you can attempt by using PyLens application. Whether you are a PW student or not, you can participate in this poll by using YouTube. You need to download PyLens application either from Google Play Store or Chrome Store, and by having that application installed, you can participate in this poll. Not just that, you can actually avail a lot of things. Let's say you're watching a video on YouTube, a random video, not just of PW, of any other channel, and you want a summary of it, you want a quiz on it, you want PYQs on it, you want a PDF on it, you want mind maps on it, you want short notes on it. You can access everything with just one click at absolutely no cost, free of cost. Yes, that is what this application PyLens does. An amazing application. I don't know why the questions are harder now. These are not hard questions. These are more simpler now. These are more easy now. Ashwin, this is again a very easy question. Now, a debate club consists of 6 girls and 4 boys. A team of 4 members is to be selected. You may be more tired, and when you are more tired, even easier questions look moderate and tough. So in JEE Advanced, you'll be attempting in 2 shifts. You got to keep yourself afresh, charged, totally with your complete adrenaline rush, with complete full efficacy. A team of 4 members is to be selected from this club, including selection of captain from these 4 members from the team, if the team has to include at most 1 boy. So the team can have 0 boys or 1 boy. Are you getting it? So how can I have a team of 4 where 0 boy is there? So out of 6, 4 girls should be selected. That's it. 0 boy are to be selected. Or if 1 boy is needed to be selected out of 4, 4C1, but team of 4 is needed to be formed. So remaining 3 people should be selected from these 6 girls. So this should be 6C3. So this is how a team is formed. But there is one point missing in this question. What is that? Sir, a captain is also needed to be selected out of these 4 members. So now I have chosen 4 members. I have selected 4 members. Out of these 4 members, a captain can be chosen in 4C1 ways. Did you all get this, or shall I re-explain this part? All the participants. Everybody understood that? Now from here, I hope you'll solve it by yourself and get the answer that I need not explain. Let's focus on the next question asked by JEE Advanced in 2025. Non-zero complex number argument Z, we know. This is how we define. You know this property as well. This is the expression. What is alpha here? Alpha, if you pay attention, omega minus omega to the power 1, then minus omega to the power 2, then minus omega to the power 3, and so on until minus omega to the power 2025. Is it not a GP? Is it not a GP? Is it not a GP, students? And if it is a GP, what you do with this question is, I hope you are clearly seeing, with this GP, we need to find the sum of n terms of a GP. So this summation will be A, which is first term, minus omega, times R to the power n. So common ratio is minus omega. That's good ellipse. Common ratio is minus omega to the power n. Number of terms are 2025 minus 1 r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. What is r? R is minus omega minus 1. Everybody got this conclusion? No worries, no worries, Ashwin. We are doing that revision only. I'll take you through a marathon as well, a complete revision of all the formulas. So there you may get the opportunity to revise all the concepts. So now when I get back to this discussion, minus omega plus 1, so it leaves you with omega upon 1 plus omega. Everybody got that? This is also negative, this is also negative because it is odd power, so minus sign comes out and you're left with omega to the power 2025 minus 1. Everybody getting this? All the participants? No confusion on that? Sorry, it is plus 1. I'm really sorry because minus sign I have taken common. So 2, 2, 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. So it is a multiple of 3. That means omega cube is 1. So this is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So now what am I left with? Minus 2 omega upon 1 plus omega. That is alpha. What do we know, sir? We know 1 plus omega square is 0. So 1 plus omega is minus omega square. So this is minus 2 omega upon what? Minus omega square. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody getting this? So this leaves you with 2 by omega. If I multiply it by omega square in the numerator and denominator becomes omega cube and it is 2 omega square. That is the value of alpha. But I think we are not asked alpha. What are we asked? We are asked oh, I'm really sorry. Alpha is the argument of it. I'm really sorry. This is not alpha. Alpha is the argument of it. So this is not alpha. This is not alpha. I'm really sorry. Now I need to find the argument of it. So argument of 2 omega square. I think that is something really easy. You know how to do it. That will be alpha. So 2 doesn't matter here. Direction is what we need to find. Omega square. I hope you know. They, I think, have defined omega. They told you that omega is from 0 to pi, which means plus 120 degree. I hope you know cube roots of unity. So 1 lies here, omega lies here, and omega square lies here. I hope you remember that. So omega square, if I ask you its argument, it is minus 120 degree, which is minus 2 pi by 3. I hope no confusion on that. So alpha here is going to be minus 2 pi by 3. And if you have cracked alpha, I think you can crack whatever they are asking you related to alpha. I think you're good at that. That's brilliant, ellipse. I hope all the other participants have also understood how did we crack this question, how did we solve this, and how did we get to the answer to this question. Final question for the day. How are we going to solve this one? I think the easiest question for the day from logarithm we are bringing here. The easiest question for the day from log we are going to solve. How are we going to solve this question? Anyone who's willing to answer this question. Final question for the day, after which the session will be over. Complete marathons notes. This entire PDF you can avail by following our WhatsApp channel, PWJ English. This WhatsApp channel's link is given in the description. You can find it there. And of course, this entire PDF will be yours. Notes, questions, everything. Not just that, I'll be doing a complete marathon revision session of all the formulae of mathematics for JEE Advanced very soon. And of course, a complete question paper with the anticipated questions also will bring for you all very soon on this channel, PWJ English. Let's talk about this. A is 3 root 2, B is this. This is what we are given. Let me talk about this. Log of 18 at base A. Log of 18 at base A. What is A? A is 3 root 2. Let me call it M for a while. So by taking this, I'll talk about this 5 by 4 later. I hope it doesn't matter at all. So this can be written as 18 is kept here as well. I hope no confusion on whatever I'm suggesting here. This can be written as 3 root 2 whole raised to the power m as 18. Everyone getting that? So this 18 is what? 9 into 2. 9 into 2 means what? 3 square into 2. I hope you're getting it. This is 3 root 2 to the power m. So this can I not write as 3 9 into 2, which is 3 square into root 2 square, and this is 3 into root 2 to the power m. So I hope you are clearly getting that m will be 2 by simple observation only. So you have cracked m as 2. So if you have cracked m as 2, this log 18 base A is 2. So this is 5 by 4 into 2, which is 5 by 2. So first equation which we receive is 3x plus 2y is equal to what? Is equals to 5 by 2. Everybody understood that, or shall I explain that part? Now let's talk about the next part. The next part is even simpler. Why? Pay attention to this. This value I call n, log of under root 1080 at base b. What is b? B is this. I'll write that separately. Let me call it n. 1080. 1080 is 108 into 10 whole raised to the power 1 by 2 will be b to the power n. What is b? B is 1 by 5 to the power 1 by 6 into 6 to the power 1 by 2 whole raised to the power. Everyone comfortable with whatever I've done so far? Everyone, all the participants, can I move ahead from here? Everybody. Now, let me solve it further from here. Pay attention to this part. All the participants stay here. Just listen to this part very carefully. Final question for the day from this marathon. Here, 108 is 12 into 9, I think. 108 is 12 into 9. 108 is 12 into 9. 12 into 9. 12 into 9. 12 into 9. 4 into 3 into 9. That is 12 into 9. Okay, study with Lavish. So I hope you got this part. Everybody got this. Everybody understood this. No confusion on that. So let me rewrite the left hand side first. 10 is of course 5 into 2. So this 10 also I'll be writing as 5 into 2. I hope everybody is comfortable with that. So I get 2 cube and 3 cube and 5. So I get 2 cube and 3 cube. So 2 cube and 3 cube means what? 6 cube and 5 to the power 1 whole raised to the power 1 by 2. Everyone comfortable with this? Here on the right hand side, if I take it in the numerator, what is it? It is 6 to the power 1 by 2, sorry, minus 1 by 2 into 5 to the power minus 1 by 6 whole raised to the power n. Now let me make some adjustments or arrangements here. I hope you are okay with whatever I'm doing here. Pay attention to this part, students. All I am going to do here is a really simple task, a really simple observation where I am just simply going to make some adjustments. Now, what adjustment shall I make so that it can be very easily understood by you all? I should write it as 6 to the power 3 by 2 into 5 to the power 1 by 2. Everyone comfortable with this? Now, to have a 1 by 2, let me have a 12 here. Let me have a 12 here. How can I have a 12 here? I hope I can write this n as 12n by n. I hope you are comfortable with this. I hope this I can write as 12n by, sorry, 12n by 12. This n I can write it like this. So this 12 I'm pushing inside, but it will not be 1 by 2. I'm really sorry. 6 power 5 to the power 1 by 2 is what I need. Yes, 12 I'm pushing inside. So this will be 6 to the power minus 12 by 2 into 5 to the power minus 12 by, I'm really sorry, into, although there can be multiple ways, but this is what one of the ways I'm developing here, minus 12 by 6. Okay, I'm really sorry. I think I am making it more complicated. I'm really sorry. Let me think of something else. This power was n. I'm really sorry. I actually made it more complicated. I will take 1 by 2, 1 by 6. N as 6. Because 5 to the power n. Yes, n is minus 6. That's good. I could not even think of that. That's good, Ashwin. Simple, very simple. Yes. If I take this as, can I write this part as 3 here in the numerator and denominator? So this will be minus 3 by 6. I hope I can do so. So with this is 6 cube into 5 to the power 1 whole raised to the power 1 by 2. But this will be 6 cube, I hope you're getting it, 5 to the power 1 whole raised to the power minus n by 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I make any mistake? Let me just check it again because I overwrote it. Or by comparison only you can say so. Let me just write it. By comparison only you can say this, that this is 3, this is 1, this is minus. I am willing to take minus 1 by 6 common, right? So minus 1 by 2, I'm multiplying it by 3, I'm dividing it by 3. So this is minus 3 by 6. Can I write it as minus 3 by 6 here? So minus 1 by 6, I'm taking outside. I hope I can do so. So this is 6 to the power 3, 5 to the power 1, and minus 1 by 6 goes outside. So it becomes minus n by 6. And there it is also 6 to the power 3, 5 to the power 1, and you are left with 1 by 2. So the final value of n will not be minus 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. The final value of n will be minus n by 6. Minus n by 6 if I take as 1 by 2, I hope you're getting it, n will be minus 3. That will be the final answer. Ashwin, I think it's not minus 6, it should be minus 3. Everybody got this? I unnecessarily complicated it, but I hope you're getting it now very clearly. N should be minus 3 with that. Or shall I repeat that part? All the participants, give me a quick update on that. Everybody got this, or shall I re-explain this part? Yes. So n is minus 3 means what? This value we assumed as minus 3, so this is minus 3. So the next expression is 2x minus y. 2x minus y should be minus 3. I repeat, you don't have to complicate it like this. You just need to apply the right steps, but I could not think of those right steps in the first go, so I had to go with more complicated approach, but you could have thought of it in a more simpler manner. So you get these two equations, you solve them, and you finally crack x and y. 4x plus 5y is I need 4x plus 5y. 4x plus 5y. I think I need to solve this because by simply applying any operation, can I get 4x plus 5y? To get 4x plus 5y, let's say I double it and then I subtract it. I think that also will do. I'll double it. So if I double it, what will I get? I'll get 6x plus 4y is equal to 5. What is it? It is 2x minus y is equal to minus 3. So if I'm subtracting it, minus 2x plus y plus 3. So I think this, when added, 4x plus 5y is equal to 8. So 8 will be your final answer. Everybody got this? Everybody understood this? With this, I conclude this part. I conclude this amazing session, and I'm humbly grateful that you all stayed here till the end. Most of you did. Great, Ashwin. That's brilliant. Now I'll come or talk about few more things which we'll be conducting soon. This marathon is over, but its notes you can access on our WhatsApp channel. The WhatsApp channel's link is given in the description. You can check the description. There the link is given to our WhatsApp channel. There this entire PDF, the entire PDF of this session will be uploaded. Second thing, very soon we'll be conducting another marathon. More than a marathon, it will be a mock, a complete mock before your JEE Advanced will be conducting on this YouTube channel only. The third thing which we'll be doing is, I personally will be doing is, I'll be taking you through all the formulae of your entire mathematics for your JEE Advanced, which means a complete live will be conducting where I'll be revising you or making you revise all the formulae of mathematics for your JEE Advanced. So that complete live marathon also will conduct. That's brilliant, Ashwin. I'm glad you have been constantly participating. I'm sure most of these students have been there since the beginning. So this is it. Let's call it a day. Thank you so much. You have been a great audience. Take a good care of yourself. Good day, everyone.